Go live.
We're live on the internet. Us is
Ooh,
already in chat.
I forgot to post the experimental Tuesday. Go me. All right. Just looking at my internet tabs going, what in the world? Why do I have so many tabs open? Never mind. Figured it out, guys. Figured it out.
Okay, phone is on silent. Knitting app is open. There we go. I can
Even
read
better
my
news
patterns.
is this is Diana's show, so Diana gets to be in charge.
All
Yes.
all the charge. Charge.
Yeah. I love not being in charge.
Nikki's in chat. Hello. Okay, settling in. Whew. It's so freaking warm. I gotta take off shoes. It's not
You
even
were
warm.
wearing shoes?
Well, like house shoes, like slippers.
You wear house slippers?
Well, in
In
the
the summer?
winter, it tiled floors are cold.
I have hardwood floors. I still don't wear socks in the summer or slippers.
I hate things touching my feet, like the tiniest little speck of dust, and I'm just like, nah.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
wear slippers all the time or socks, but it's too hot for either of these things, and I'm sad.
I can buy that. I can buy that.
It's not even hot, so the AC won't even turn on. It's just so humid.
Yeah. It's sticky.
It's it's no, that won't tell me what the humidity is. Hello, Susanna and Sherry. Oh, Nikki just made apple pie and coffee. Pies for after supper. Psh, no, no.
Why would you wait till after supper?
Pies for now.
So confused. So confused.
Toast crumbs on bare feet. Is there anything worse? My hair getting in between my toes is worse than toast crumbs. I see Nikki also wears sandals indoors. So
Weirdos.
I'm not alone. What did I pull this
Weirdos.
up for? I
I don't
was
do it.
doing
I don't do
something.
it.
Oh, I was gonna see what the humidity was. Severe weather alerts. That's exciting.
Well, you can get thunderstorms.
Well, it's currently raining. It is 76% humidity and 23
Yeah.
degrees.
Yeah. Makes it a hot, sticky, warm day. What do you want? We're
A
26. I don't know what the
breeze.
humidity is. I'm not gonna go
Is
look.
that
It's
too much to
high.
ask?
It's high. The humidity is high. It's not 80% plus, I don't think, but we're up there today. That's fine. It's only a high of 26. It's livable.
See,
It's
Anne's also with me
uncomfortable.
on the floor crumbs thing. We don't like floor crumbs.
Then sweep your floors more often, people.
I mean, yes, but then there's
No
that like
buts.
one crumb that you missed. There's always something you miss.
If the blind person can sweep her floor sufficiently enough that she doesn't get toast crumbs, I don't see why the rest of you can't.
Because I sweep the floors, but then somebody else comes and makes messes and then doesn't sweep them up.
Well, then that's a lack of training. And that is also a problem we should address. Because I trained its brother not to leave crumbs on my floor.
Still working on that one.
And I'm not even dating or married to its brother. Now, if I could train it to put its coaster away when it's done using it, that'd be great.
I like how they're its now.
When it comes to coasters, he is an it. Untrained savage. No,
Also, if
I
you have
need to
kids,
make.
there's lots of crumbs if there's kids.
My mom
Anyway,
only really tolerated crumbs for a short period of time. Then she'd start chasing us around with a broom. I mean, she still does. I'm in my 40s.
anyway,
Why
I
would you
suppose we
put
should get this show on the road.
more stuff on? We should. I have to do some work knitting today. I gotta start with work knitting. Work knitting. Oh, boring.
trying to decide. I have so many things I could work on.
Well, having stuff to work on is not the problem.
Mm-hmm. I've got secret knitting. I've got stego sweater. I've got a sock. I finally cast on the second scrappy stripy striping sock.
Oh, good. You needed to do that for a while now.
And I need to do surgery on the cobra sweater.
Yeah, it is not being done in time.
But the thing that's calling to me is the secret knitting, so sorry, I'm not going to show this one off. It's just calling to me.
Uh-huh. Hey, I'm happy you're working on it, so
I'm very motivated this time for whatever reason.
I'll
So
take
I'm
it.
going to roll with it.
What's everybody else working on? Where's the plan stand?
Where is this yarn going? Okay, wait, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Has everybody
Okay, on that
watched this week's
repeat.
episode so they can enter the giveaway?
Oh yeah. If you send the yarn here and give it away to me, does that count?
Nope.
Nikki's working on the Anchors summer shirt. I want it finished so I can wear it and get the needles back. That point in the project where you just want the needles back. Erin's doing sock tube socks, end weaving, and sleeves. And Nikki has entered the giveaway. Excellent. I'm sweating just sitting here. It is too warm. Suzanne has also entered. Excellent. I guess I should start the timer, hey? Okay, in case you're new here, probably nobody's new here, but in case somebody's watching back later and is new here, this is WIP Sprints. We pick a project and focus on it for 25 minutes, and then we take a break, and then we pick a different project, usually, maybe the same project, and then you work on that one for another 25 minutes, and it's just a really good way to focus and get that part done that you just need to get done, but you don't wanna.
We should make a little intro for this.
We probably should. Erin says maybe I should win the giveaway so nothing has to be mailed. And Suzanne has entered.
Make everything as fair as possible for the giveaway draw. I'll be doing the draw since I cannot win. Or Diana will be doing the draw because Diana also cannot win. It will be
I'm also
random
not going to
generated.
comment on our own video.
No, it'll also be randomly generated as usual. So,
yeah. All right. Oh, and hello to Knitting Purple.
hello.
All right, I'm going to start this timer for the first sprint. So everybody, get your project ready.
I've already started. Already started too. There's deadlines.
I got to talking and I forgot to press the button. So.
It's even worse. I'm counting.
I have a gloriously knit plain moment in this project. I'm enjoying it thoroughly because I'm sure that the next section is going to have all kinds of weird instructions. Something about welts. Sherry's working on socks, the garter marler, a gnome, and a dress for Bee. That's gonna be so cute. I'm excited to see pictures of that one. Well, all of them, but
the kid's dress is gonna be adorable.
Bee is cute. Oh, so one of my friends is having a baby in September, I think. And so I have an excuse to make one of those little baby dinosaur hats with the spikes. and I've been given free reign to use whatever colors as long as they are bright, and basically whatever style, just as long as it's a hat with the spikes on it. So I might make one of the ones that has like the long tail and everything,
Yeah.
because I
Go
think that would be hilarious.
go basic colors. Your super like your yellow, blue, red, like your absolute primary colors, and go very bright because those are the first colors babies see. They don't register soft tones or nothing.
Well, I think this is mostly going to be for the parents.
Everything's for the
As
parents till the children are like 4.
yeah, Suzanne's working on a crochet shawl. Knitting Purple is working on Poncho for Vero by Martine Foucher. I'm guessing on the pronunciation, unless it's like French and it's like Fauché.
Ooh, she's gusty today. You might pick up some sound of my blinds being blown around a little bit because I got vertical blinds in my window. But I need them closed or it's too bright. And I can't
Fair.
see in here because the light source is on this side. I really should make rearrangements in here and make it so that the light source is behind me, but I never do. I never do.
What is this? Hair. I've got. Wow. I've got the 1950s hair curl going on. My hair curls in the humidity, and it is humid enough that I've got like the Elvis 1950s little hair curl going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wow, and it's not. It's determined. Oof. Well, that's gonna bother me the entire time I can see it now.
I don't know, guys. I braided my hair and called it a day. I didn't even bother going looking for elastic. I'm using my scrunchie.
I should have braided it. I just really wanted it off my neck. And I suppose that wouldn't help with the little curly bits around the edges either.
Nope.
Ugh.
Sure won't. There's also no way once you get to a certain humidity and you're over 21 degrees Celsius to get away from hot and sweaty and sticky. You're just not manageable. So you learn to live with it.
It's gross and I don't like it. Make it stop.
It's not how it works. You like summer.
Well, I like not being cold, but I don't like being damp and sticky. It's awful.
I tell myself, you made a choice. You decided you like summer. You got to deal with the consequences of that reaction. I will sit here patiently waiting for the better season to reappear.
Knitting Purples posted a little poem. There was a little girl who had a little curl right in the middle of her
Oh,
forehead.
yes.
When
When
she
she
was
was good,
good,
she
she
was
was very, very
very,
good.
very
And
good.
when
But
she
when
was
she
bad,
was
she was
naughty,
horrid. Yeah. I remember that now. I had not thought of that in ages. Yeah.
it was one of the nursery rhymes I knew as a kid.
I feel like that fits me pretty well.
I'm not sure you know how to be horrid, my dear.
uh, doesn't happen often. Certainly not on the internet.
Ooh, I know what I have to go grab on our first 5-minute break.
What?
I jammed my 2 fingers earlier this week doing stuff because I wasn't using my hand to tell you where everything was. I need
Ooh.
to go get that homeopathic remedy that we got to release and relax and painkiller because they're
Mm.
not jammed bad enough for me to go to the doctors.
Just enough to be very, very annoying.
Just enough to annoy the snot out of me. So I need to put some of that on so the swelling and the pain comes down a bit so it's easier to knit.
Yeah.
And then if I could just teach myself to stop running into hard surfaces with my hands outstretched, that'd be great. I won't, it'll never stop, but I live in eternal hope. I wasn't doing proper, I put my hand out like this rather than back of my hand out with knuckles relaxed. I just stuck my hand out.
Yeah. That's all right.
And I know I can't tell where things are, and I shouldn't do it like that. I'm not supposed to. Not enough years being blind yet. It's not a programmed habit yet.
I stabbed myself on a rose bush that I absolutely knew was there, and I wasn't thinking about it.
No, yeah, I've done that. That hurts.
Yep. I was collecting
But
peony petals because apparently you can do stuff with them.
sure.
So my
My
peonies are
mom
on
was
their way
asking
out.
me what magic I did to make those tomatoes that I grew outside of the house in the front yard grow so well. I said absolute full sun, no shade.
Yep.
So the old house I had, guys, it was ranch style. Yeah, ranch style houses. I don't like them. Had an overhang and then had like the little stack of half bricks blocking the pathway into the house for you. It's a nice detail, as it were. And you could grow flowers in the front space there, and I absolutely not. We grew tomatoes and bell peppers, and they grew like crazy mad in that location, but there was no shade. No shade, no wind, full sun. I had to water them like twice a day. Didn't matter. I had massive amounts of tomatoes every year.
Nice.
Huge, glorious heirloom tomatoes. I had got to the point with the because it was bell peppers we were growing for the pepper plants. We had to prop them up like surgery, so they were like on little scaffolding sets so that the peppers wouldn't pull the plant over.
Uh huh. That's a very happy plant.
Oh yeah, they always produced a great voracious volume of tomatoes and peppers. We put tomato plants in the backyard, which got the recommended amount of sun. They did fine. But they didn't do as well as those front yard tomatoes. Oh my god.
I should
So
put
I'm
my
kind of
pepper
hoping
plants
it's
outside. I've got
probably hot and
little.
humid enough for it.
Yeah. As long as it's not getting too cold overnight, which I don't think it is at the end of June here.
We
Hmm.
get down to like 18 through 21 these
Could be
days.
mildly distracted for a second.
Well, you Google.
What are we getting down to overnight these days? Huh. Still apparently like 15 to 12. That's
Yeah, we
probably
don't get
okay
that
though.
close. I have no idea for your pepper plants. I don't know what makes them happy.
More sun than they're currently getting. They're in the sunniest window in the house, and it's not enough because we have those stupid blinds sandwiched between the window panes,
Yeah.
and we can't raise them. They don't raise. They just you can angle them, except the little doodad to angle them is broken in the middle window, so we can't even change the angle of the blinds on the biggest pane of glass. And it's just I really hate those windows. Whoever thought it was a smart idea to put the blinds sandwiched inside the window with plastic hardware that degrades. It's just, it does not seem like a smart idea. So we should have a nice, bright, sunny bay window for our plants, and it's like a partially sunny bay window for our plants. I'm eternally annoyed by it. So I suppose we should just put the plants outside.
I'd
Since it's
let
no
your
longer
landlord
winter.
know there's a repair needed.
Oh, they know. They are aware, and they are not doing anything about it. I just pulled the needle out. Don't do that. That's not smart.
Ugh, ugh.
So
These
damp.
rooms
I'm
are so
just
long.
getting damp sitting here. I hate it. Don't think about it. Think about something else. I learned this morning that apparently peonies are edible, at least the petals and the roots. So I'm drying a bunch of peony petals, and I'm gonna try to make stuff out of them. Not the roots. I'm not that brave. I feel like there's more. If a plant is medicinal, there's more medicinal stuff in the roots usually, and I'm a little afraid of that because I don't really know what I'm doing.
Best to start with the petals first. What you making other than tea?
There's tea. There's sugar scrub, and there's also ice cream. So I have a recipe for peony and rose petal ice cream that I want to try out.
Sounds awful to me as a person who doesn't like floral things in my food or on my person.
I've just got so many of these gorgeous petals. I feel like I should do something with them. Sherry says it's more than warm enough for your plants outside now. Probably. I think you can put your fan on. We'd rather you be comfortable than worry about a little white noise. I'd have to have a fan to put on. I suppose I could go get a fan. Maybe I'll do that on the next break. I'll go find a fan. There's gotta be one somewhere that's not currently in use. Because we have humidity problems in the basement, so fans are necessary. Also says, I thought peonies were toxic. I don't know. The things I was reading suggested that they were probably not super healthy for animals to be eating, but there were many, many recipes for human consumption. But they also definitely have medicinal properties, so I think it's a case of a little bit's fine, but don't be eating a whole bunch of it. Otherwise, you'll get the medicinal qualities that you maybe don't want.
Let's be honest, guys. We drink booze. It's also a poison. It's fine. Unless you're reading a lot of stuff that says, sweet Jeebus, do not ingest this.
I wasn't. It just suggested that it might make your dog sick,
Which is
but
fair.
was unlikely to kill them.
There's a lot
But
of
was
things that we eat that would make our pet sick.
chocolate.
Yeah, yeah, like that kills them. So there's a lot of stuff out there that'll do that.
So I'll do a little more research before I go eating them. I nibbled a petal earlier today. It didn't taste like it was probably poisonous. It also didn't taste like it would be super good in ice cream, so I'm a little bit skeptical of that. But I think it would make a very lovely sugar scrub, so I think I will do that. And also, just having dried petals is nice and pretty. I can sprinkle it on top of knits when I take pictures.
Yeah.
Might be like foxgloves. They're used in heart medication but can kill. Yeah. One year we had some of that grow in our backyard. They grow the most amazing flowers. They haven't been back, and I'm a little bit sad because they were really, really pretty. But also, I'm very, very careful when I'm picking the weeds in the yard that are herbs that I can make tea out of and stuff. I never, ever, ever pick anything remotely close to the area where I saw the foxglove grow that one time, just in case. Sherry says maybe in a cookie or iced water or slivered into fresh fruit salad. Salad was a suggestion that I read, but I hadn't thought about cookies or just putting it in water. I guess that would be like iced tea essentially. Could make a very pretty tea. There were a number of cocktails as well. You can make syrup out of the petals. So there are many things to try. And I have many, many petals. I collected the petals from like 4 blooms, and that filled an entire colander. So I have a
I'm
lot of
gonna
petals to do stuff with.
gonna stick to my obsession with lemon.
Yeah. We've got mountains of lemon balm in the yard. I should try some of that. And the oregano. The
Hey,
peppermint is
I'm
slowly
excited.
reviving.
Tour de Fleece starts next Saturday. Is the
Mm-hmm.
first next Saturday? Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna do a Canada Day live just because we can. This is how we make decisions, guys. We like look at the calendar and go, yeah, let's do a live. Which means I can start bugging you about spinning off your e-spinner first.
In fact, you can.
So I can borrow it so I can practice my drafting. Because I'd like to get better at my drafting so I can use my spinning wheel more effectively.
Yeah.
Because I at this point I wanted to be at the level where I was spinning sweater quantities. I'm not there yet, and I don't want to drop spindle sweater quantities.
No. Nobody does. Pretty
No,
sure the people who did
uh,
that back in ye olden times didn't want to do that either.
we've had spinning wheels for a very long time, my dear.
Yeah, but before there were spinning wheels, they were spinning yarn the really old fashioned way.
No, who knows? But I definitely want to practice my drafting. And Tour de Fleece and Canada Day being the first, like together, gives us a really good excuse to kick off Tour de Fleece and celebrate our country's birthday in a not fireworks, explosive, overly aggressive, purchasing expensive food way,
I might
but
still
in
have to
like
do the barbecue thing.
a
Well, we don't have
chill at
barbecue, but
home, a chill at home sort of thing. I gotta look up the ingredients list for lemon brownies, but I think I have enough margarine and eggs. I always have enough flour, people. Staples in my cupboard. I buy flour by the big bag. That's because
oh, me
it would
too.
make no sense for me to do it any
I'm
other way.
I don't have enough flour to make more sourdough, and I'm sad. I need to go buy more flour.
Well, I mean, you run out eventually. I also buy rice by the big bag. Like I am a family of 8 from India. I did. It's not. I do. I buy those honking huge bags you see on the bottom shelf at grocery stores.
Wow, I've
But
never bought a bag of rice that big.
I eat a lot of rice. Well, you got it. I rice is a primary carb, and then I eat a lot of Indonesian, Pacific, and Indian style foods.
Yeah.
I also eat a lot of things that are like fried rice involved. Like I love fried rice with pineapple and tofu. So like I eat rice every other day or every day. Like rice, I love rice. I love rice. I love potatoes. I go through it a lot. I will go weeks without bread because I'm just eating rice and I'm happy and I'm on a rice kick. So like I can go through one of those big bags in less than 6 months. But I also like rice pudding and I like rice that like
We
it
should try
does a
rice pudding
lot
one day.
more. There's a lot more involved with me in rice. I love rice pudding so much. I eat way too much of it. I have some in the fridge right now. I used uh, 2 cups of, well, closer to 4 cups of my vanilla almond milk to make my rice super fat and explodey. I like congee, which is like rice soup. I like
I have tried congee, and I'm sort of meh
you.
about it.
It is very bland on its own.
I feel like it's the sort of thing where if you didn't grow up with it, it's sort of a weird adjustment.
It's a weird adjustment. It's like learning to like wine or learning to like other flavors. Like it's just it's a thing you either grow up with or grow into. I've grown into it because I keep exposing myself to it because it's a really nice base for other things and it's a really nice palate cleanser. When you say sit down and eat 2 of your dad's homemade deer sausages that were absolutely Memphis flavored this morning without anything else, just before going live because you wanted protein, um, and drank an entire thing of water, I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom before we're done this because I've already consumed one of these of aqua. Daddy, sausages turned out great, super tasty. Couldn't feed any of these to Phaedra. She could have like a little bit of the Italian seasoned ones, but the Memphis ones would hurt her tummy.
Hmm. Sherry's asking, what kind of rice do you use?
I like long grain white rices. You have to rinse them because they're starchy.
Yeah.
Starchy, but if you rinse them, they're good. Wild rice, also amazing. Wild rice is like the sourdough of bread. If more people understood how to make it, it would be huge. Because you have to cook it differently than you cook white rice.
Okay, so what's different about wild rice?
Should
Because I've
be
had it before
longer.
and it was meh, but I feel like maybe it wasn't necessarily prepared properly.
And most people don't do white rice properly. Let's be honest, guys. How many of us grew up in households where our parents rinsed the rice before cooking it?
Not me, but I do that now.
I
It makes
I
a
didn't
difference.
either. It makes a difference. I do it now. It makes a huge difference. There's also because I also make sushi rice, right? So like sushi rice needs to be soaked for a while before you cook it. So you need to rinse it till it's clear. If you're smart, you save that starchy water and you pour it on your plants because it's amazing on plants.
Hmm. It's
And
also
then
apparently
you
good
let
on hair.
I don't know if I'd ever use it on hair, but I can see it working that way. Uh, then you let sushi rice soak for like 15-20 minutes minimum. Then you drain it, then you cook it,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't do with my long grain white rices that aren't sushi rice. But I rinse my white rice and I bring my water to a boil. But I also heavily salt my water, which was not done when I was growing up.
Because salt is evil or something.
There's a lot of health implications with salt. Like if we have too little, it's not good enough. It's not good for us. Like my salt levels are always way too low, so I'm in danger on the other end, which is why I am starting to cook a little more traditionally with salt levels because I grew up salt free. Because if you have too much salt in your diet, it can lead to complications and it can aggravate things like high blood cholesterol levels, which can also kill you. So, like, too
Yep.
much,
Yeah.
not good. Too little, also not good. We need
It's
it.
all
We
about
don't make
balance.
it. We don't make it. We gotta have it, but it's about balance. So, I I salt my pasta water, which I was not done when I grew up, not heavily, and I salt my rice water, which that I do because my doctor keeps yelling at me to increase my salt levels every 3 months like clockwork. Because
It's not
I
a problem most people have, I feel like.
don't consume enough sodium on my own.
I
Well,
guess a lot of us are more easy or more able to eat processed foods that you can't because corn.
that and like you and I have had more than enough dinners where you've watched everybody salt and pepper their food to taste, and I haven't touched either of them because I grew up not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So you salt and pepper something at the table and it ruins the flavor for me. Like I get there's a lot of people's houses like I don't eat at, not because they couldn't feed me, but because they salt stuff so much I can't taste the food. Different brands of rice have different flavors,
Yes.
and
Can
not
confirm.
everybody knows that. So it's like,
Crinkle, crinkle,
ah,
sorry.
so I'm just, are you throwing things now?
Nope, nope, I'm crinkling plastic bags. Don't mind me.
Don't mind you.
Oh,
Honestly,
ding.
if you, oh dang, I didn't even finish half a row. A very long row, guys. A very long row.
I managed 2 rows. I finished a section. Yay! Oh,
Sort of, I treat white rice and wild rice not too dissimilar, but the wild rice just takes longer to cook. That's what it is. It takes longer to cook and requires a different ratio of water. So read your instructions because your ratio of water changes based on your rice. And you have to let it rest. Once it's done and you've done your last, I like to I like to do like the quarter and fold right after it's done cooking, and then I put the lid on and I leave it alone for 10 minutes. And I do something else. Usually finish dinner. And I no touchy, no touchy.
okay. I'm gonna go dig up a fan.
Yes, you need to do that when you get back. I need to go get the hand stuff. I know where it is, but I can stay here and randomly chat
Okay.
until you
I'll
return.
be back in a few minutes.
Maybe.
Oh,
Or I'm still counting.
stretch.
Sure, this will work fine. Oh, jeez. I moved my fan to my feet because the teddy dictator's in here with me, like I knew she would be. And she won't leave, and I don't want her to get too hot. So the fan is currently directing air at her and my toes so that she can stay cool. I'm just dealing with whatever the open window gives me. I'm so close to the end of my row. I need one more section of pattern and a little bit of eyelet lace. Ooh, Diana will not like the eyelet lace on this. That's fine. Ooh, maybe I should find my tape measure too. Then I can measure my gauge swatch because it's dry. Ooh. Now for the ever eternally good question. Where in the name, all that's holy in South Africa, did I stick my tape measure? I don't know. Okay. Hope everyone's taking a break. That way they can do things. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Keep going. Ooh, I should have asked her what mud cake she made. Skateboarder. It was so quiet in the building last night, guys, because we all had our air conditioning units off. It's like creepy quiet. Because there's been a low level of machine hum for the last, over a month at this point. But last night we all had them off because we got down to like 17, 18 degrees somewhere in there with a nice breeze. So I suspect we all had our windows open. Capitalizing on that fresh air. So it was weird. It was weird. I'd gotten used to not being able to hear my neighbors leave in the morning. And then because none of us had our machines on, and we would all heard our neighbors leave this morning, or those who had to work this morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I thought I heard a Diana. 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ooh, now let me take 3 more stitches. Then I can rotate. This is much easier to talk and count on a smaller number. I have to figure out what she got in contact with the other day because I woke up yesterday and she had a sticky spot on her back. I don't know what she got into. I don't know how she made it sticky. Ooh, okay. Hello, wind. I also need to do some cleaning. Guess somewhere because I thought it was safe. I stuck the last of that DK weight yarn to make the everyday crochet cardigan with, and I would really like to crochet the butt band for that and be done it. That involves me finding out where I put that last of that DK weight yarn. And knowing me, I put it somewhere safe. So I don't know where it is.
Woohoo! Somewhere safe. How's background sound?
Well, I'm not hearing anything.
Okay, excellent, because I've got a fan on me now and it's glorious. So good.
Oops.
Melting. Okay. What am I going to work on for the second sprint? Second sprint? What's everybody else working on for their second sprint? I feel like I have to work on this stego sweater. It's judging me.
As it should be. Someone signed up to test it.
Yeah, and someone's doing just fine. Thank you very much.
Have you split for sleeves yet?
No.
Okay. feel like my judgment can end here. I'm gonna go find that lotion stuff, which I know exactly where it is. I suspect my stalker will follow me. And I'm gonna see if maybe I stuck my tape measure in my purse. I don't know why I would have, but I could have. As it occurred to me, if I can locate my tape measure, I can measure my Gaiji swatch because it's washed and blocked and dried and back in here. Anyway, the whole reason why I'm gonna make lemon brownies is because I zested a frozen lemon, and oh man, freeze your lemons, then zest them. So much easier.
That's
And the
smart.
lemon's currently thawing on the stove. I just left it on the stove. So I can make lemonade for D&D tonight. I'll be back.
Smart. I was working on the same things last time. Nikki spinning. And Crafty Chemist is plying. Everybody's spinning. Maybe I should spin. No, I should finish some of these projects. The 3 that are sitting on my desk and the 1 that's staring at me from my background. Definitely need to finish some things. Then I can spin. This fan makes such a difference. It's glorious. Oh man, everybody's spinning. I really want to spin now. You guys, you're not being a good influence. Not being a good influence at all. Oh, and I had the summer secret crop I could be working on. No, stego sweater. I gotta do the stego sweater. It needs to get done. It has to happen. Even though I definitely can't wear it into the fall. Until the fall.
I don't suppose you have mint essential oil, do you?
No, I do not possess any essential oil.
You need to buy some mint and a water bottle sprayer thing. A wee
Okay.
one. Because if you mix mint in with the water and spritz it on yourself, it acts as a cooling and it'll pull
Oh.
heat out of your body. It occurred to
Well, I
me
do
as I
have
was
that
digging in my
peppermint plant.
purse that you could probably make your own essential oils then. Um, as I was grabbing my tape measure out of my purse, my mint essential oil lives in my purse in the summertime because if I put it on my pressure points and across the back of my neck, not only do bugs not like the scent,
Mm.
but it actively cools down that area of your skin. So you might find that a way to help with your heat problems. Because I keep forgetting you don't know how to handle heat problems.
I'm not used to handling heat problems.
So there's a handy hand. It's the stuff I was like the stuff you got me at the Manitoba Fiber Festival.
I want to get myself some of that next time.
I need to find this lady so we can try more of her stuff because oh my god, this is handy. And if you happen to know in real life a person who gives amazing hand massages, having this anytime you're near them, also handy.
Oh my gosh. I wish.
One of my ex-boyfriends and I play D&D together, and he does it. He knows when my hand starts to hurt, so he just asks for the jar. But he does really well with pressure points and stuff. Feel free to be jealous of his wife. I'm sure many of us are. Uh, I
Exceedingly
don't have
jealous.
I don't have to be because he'll help out. Because if my hands start moving too stiffly, I slow down even more. So he's been known to help me out in a pinch. I'm really glad I'm not seeing him right now though, because I think it would hurt more than help. Because I'm still healing from the jammed fingers. But
Hmm.
well, the only other girl at the table is a mom of a 4-year-old. So she spends a lot of her life being sick right now because daycare. So
Yeah.
her and the little one are down with illnesses. So both me and said ex-boyfriend, who drives me back or drives me there, aren't going in person. We're just going to Discord in because neither one of the two of us have time to be sick right now.
Well,
You know,
no.
we don't have time.
I mean,
It's
nobody ever has time to be sick.
that's well, he's also got a toddler at home too, so And if I'm down with something, I can be down with something for 4 weeks, not a week.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the group knew when I was coming in that I was going to be sort of hyper vigilant about not being ill. And they all said that that was fine because they know how hard it is for me. So, and one of our party members is in Thailand. So there's always somebody on Discord anyway. It's just right now half the party is going to be on Discord tonight.
Yeah, that happens.
It's not the end of the world. Since the three of us are constantly talking amongst each other anyway, it'll make for easier for the DM to hear the table situation because the three of us will be messaging.
Side conversations.
Oh yeah, like I talked with the other lady at the table about crochet patterns all night long. We just do it via text. We just do it via Discord, text, and private messages while we're playing. Side conversations are totally a thing that happens. For the last
Sherry.
2 months, me and the druid have been looking at each other going, level 5, level 5. What's Sherry saying?
Sherry was saying mint is an astringent, so it helps cool. And also says, I love my peppermint spray and the oil.
The oil
And,
is the best. The spray works if you need over a larger area, like say your back. It's much easier to shake up a water bottle, lean forward, and spray at your back. I let the mist land on your back than trying to lotion your own back with oil.
Oh yeah, that's not happening.
It's not happening.
And yes, also the hand salve stuff is the same one that you got in your advent calendar.
We found it at the same place.
Yep. I didn't get myself some and I regret it.
You thought about it, then you were like, oh no, I'll be fine. And I went, okay.
Well, I am fine, but I still regret it.
I know better.
Crafty Chemist says, I have a contact allergy to menthol. Mint products are a no-go.
Yeah, don't use mint in your case. It's not going to help you.
That's going to be a very unpleasant sensation because mint is cooling, but I imagine an allergy feels hot.
Itchy. Swelling, itchy. Not always hot.
That's got to be a weird combination that is highly unpleasant.
Depends on what it is and how you react. I ran across. I sat down on a plastic chair, probably at the walk-in clinic or the pharmacy, because I went to the pharmacy afterwards. And I was wearing my short skirt, which is like the skirt with the shorts underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like way too hot.
Yeah.
And the back of my legs and my calves came in contact with a chemical that they use to clean the chairs, which I really want them to do because clean chairs.
Yeah.
I reacted so bad it was like a mild chemical burn. Month plus later, my legs are still not healed. I still have scabs from it. So like allergic reactions run the gambit depending on what it is and how you react. But if you have a contact allergy, don't touch things. It's still itchy. It still sucks. I still don't like it, but I don't need meds anymore. It's just taking its sweet time to heal. So now people see the back of my leg and go, oh my God, what happened? And I'm like, you should have seen it a month ago if you think this is bad. This, I don't even register. That'd be crazy.
It's rough. Okay, I suppose I should start the timer, hey?
Oh, we're doing another thing. What did you decide to work on?
I'm going to work on the stego sweater.
I have secret crafting, sock on a floor.
Lots of people are doing spinning. I was very tempted for a minute.
I'm gonna start spinning every day for some period of time I have yet to commit to on the 1st.
Mint tea upsets my stomach. That was one of the clues. Yeah, I bet. Oh.
Yes, that'll do it.
Alright, I'm gonna start this time. Well, I guess I'll wait for you to get your project and then I'll start the timer.
Go for it. I told myself I had to do 2 sprints of work. So I'm just fishing my endless summer adventure cardi. And I'm gonna work on that for 25 minutes.
I'm enjoying sitting in weird positions on my chair. It's nice. Got a nice crouch going on. It's very comfy. I love it so much. Okay. Karen's got Stardew Valley socks. I'm into the 3rd chart. I'm motoring on those things.
I wanted to
All right, I'm
do
gonna
them,
start the timer. Three, two,
especially
one.
since no,
Sprint.
uh, we have the yarn and
Wait,
everything.
there we go. Sprint.
I need to get something that isn't charted, um, or something that is currently charted off my plate. I need to get one charted thing off my plate before I add more charts to my plate.
Yeah, too many charts.
Not too much
Too
on
many
the go at
charts,
the
not
moment.
enough brain cells.
There's never enough brain cells. I know for sure if that lady's at Manitoba Film Festival this year, I'm going to buy some more of her stuff and try more of her things. Step one, count.
This fan is amazing. Fans are so good. Whoever invented fans. A
Ooh, I
plus.
must have something.
Now that I know I don't have to melt in here with the lights. Ugh.
I'm in fact doing the last row of eyelets.
On which?
Excellent. The Endless Summer Adventure Cardi. Which means I've got a garter row after this. Love it. Love making progress on a pattern. Phaedra, Douglas, stop licking my foot.
No.
Your tongue is scratchy. So, I was listening to CBC this morning, like I do every Saturday morning.
Mm.
And they were talking to the lady who wrote the book Wag and the book Purr. In this case, they were talking about the book Purr, which is the science behind making your cat happy.
Okay.
So, fair. It's the weekend morning program. They interview and do wild, wacky things. It's fun stuff. So they were talking, and they're like, oh, a cat will tell you if they want affection. And I'm like, there are cat owners out there that don't understand that their cats will inform them when they want attention and will inform them when they're done with attention. And if you're not paying attention, you get bit. Which is quite frankly your own fault because you do get warned. You just have to be paying attention because it's not like
Ah! Sorry,
it's
I made a mistake.
not aggressively. They won't aggressively warn you they're done. They will subtly let you know that they're finished. And if you don't notice, then you get it. So I was laughing. I know for Phaedra, if she wants pets, she headbutts you.
Oh, yes. Aggressively.
Oh yeah, no. When we want attention, we want attention. But when we're done with attention, you just get a couple of tail twitches. That's your only warning.
Yeah.
You're not on the ball. She will absolutely demonstrate any more aggressive action after that to you because you've not been paying attention. But apparently, if they stare at you and do the long, slow blink, that's also another sign of endearment and affection. Not that I'd be able to tell if she does that. This human doesn't see well enough for that. I always assumed if she was staring at me, I was in trouble.
I mean, probably also a good assumption.
And that for cats, expressions of discontentment can be signs of health issues, which I did know, as they don't have words to express themselves, and can seek to inform us that something is wrong before it becomes a super serious thing. But we have to be paying attention because the signs are subtle.
Mm-hmm.
So way before they turn off their food, they'll be giving signals, which is crazy when you think about it.
They figured out that whole
Sometimes
communication thing. We just haven't.
we're way better at it than we are, I'll tell you that much.
Sherry says, Merlin keeps me guessing all the time. Last night he wants pets and he bit me. I feel like sometimes they want both. It's like pet me, but exactly this
Don't.
way, but also don't.
Sometimes. This morning she was trying to convince me I needed to get into bed early to feed her breakfast.
Well,
It
don't
wasn't
you
it wasn't
always?
going so well for her. She sat on my head, guys. Like she climbed up and sat on the top of my head and then started grooming herself. That's her aggressive get out of bed
It's
request.
time, up and at 'em.
Yes. No more sleep for me at that point. It's hard to sleep with a 20-pound cat lying on your head grooming herself while purring. You notice.
Yeah.
It interrupts sleep cycles. So what do? Like the kind, caring human servant that I am, I ruffle her fur the wrong way, so she goes away.
It brings me great joy to mildly pester pets in that fashion. I don't know why.
Brings all of us joy. Same way she'll tell me she's starving, she needs to be fed. It's absolutely the end of the world. It's dire, so she has to lay on the middle of the living room floor like a death puddle. Because that's it. She's given up on life. She couldn't possibly take the 6 cat steps to her food dish. It's too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is starving to death. Why don't you notice?
Because I have to pick her up like the freaking Queen of Sheba and carry her to her food bowl. She also won't look. Listen, I've been seriously contemplating asking for her Christmas present this year from her aunt and uncle to be that stupid baby belly thing so that I can just put her in the carrier and just have her here so she can just do her chillax thing,
And
but
you
I
can
can still
still get
like
on your day?
do stuff. Yes. I'll be sitting and being in my lap isn't sufficient. She has to sit on my lap and throw the rest of herself right up here.
Well,
But
yeah.
she doesn't sit because I'm upright, so there's like rooms in the way. So she kind of oozes down and gets grumpy about it. I'm seriously going, I think we might just have to try. Might just have to try that wrap thing that moms can wear to tuck their babies right up against their chest and just start carrying her around like that.
Knitting Purple says, our cat hates me and loves my hubby and daughter.
Cats usually have one person.
They do, yeah.
And if you're not their person, you might be tolerated.
Erin says, my cat is affectionate to me when she wants something, like to share
Yes.
my tuna sandwich.
Oh,
Then as soon as the
yes.
sandwich is gone, I may as well not exist.
Exist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I send you that Instagram reel with the cat and it's like a slightly off tone singing? If I can go, it
I've
runs through the
seen
list of
many
all the
cat reels with
things.
off tone singing.
Well, it goes through all the things that cats do. It's like I could poop in the flowers,
Don't.
scratch my claws in your chair. A couple other things that cats do, just their behaviors that drive us nuts. And it's like, you'll still love me forever because you are my slave. Which, accurate.
Very, very
I just
accurate.
was giving her grief last night. She was using her claws on my new upholstered chair. Shit.
Oh, Sally's
That's an
joined
empty
us in
Kleenex
chat.
box in her head. Hey, Sally.
Sally's working on her blueberry socks and almost done. Nice.
Oh, excellent.
I'm so far from finishing anything.
Well, if I could find that frickin' DK yarn wherever I put it. Oh, and talk to Aaron. Um, I could have the everyday cardigan finished before the 16th. And Longway Homestead is doing a little fiber thing on the 16th out at their farm.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Aaron are going to go, which isn't why I have to talk to Aaron. We've already made those plans. I have to talk to Aaron because I've got that dropped stitch in my wood woes.
Mm.
which is a fingering weight sweater, which we could take as a sample to the show. And if I finish the everyday cardigan, she also then has a crochet sample she can borrow for me when I'm not wearing knits. So like they could go to her two big shows in September. Like they could go with her to Knit City and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fine. I still won't be looking for them really in September. I won't be looking for them till like October. But if we do that, I should probably get it to her before the 16th for fixing. Might be just a touch busy the day of the festival. At least
Might be,
during,
yeah.
setup and stuff.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. I like going out to Long Way. I gotta remember to pack my fan. I have a handheld fan, like the old fashioned fans.
Yeah.
Gotta remember where I put it. I didn't put it somewhere safe. I just have to remember where I put it.
Well,
Yeah,
if
at
it's
a
not safe,
farm.
you're good then.
Yeah, I would
Where
not
is
have put
Long
that
Way?
somewhere safe. Like 20 minutes or something out of town.
Huh.
Oh, out past the Mint and keep going, roughly.
Okay.
At least in the same side of the city as the Mint.
Susanna
Oddly enough, I'm not
says,
super worried about the destination.
when my cat Jessie comes and vocalizes she wants me to clean out the kitty litter, fill her food bowl, or fill her water bowl. And last but
Yes,
not least, she wants her daily spoonful of wet food.
yes,
Yeah, sounds about right.
yes. Paige likes to watch me while I'm cleaning the cat box and look at me like, what are you doing? Like, what do you mean, what am I doing?
Doing this for you, buddy.
I'm doing this for my own sense of pleasure and fun, dum dum. Oh, I'm so excited. The first section of Eyelet Lace is done. It's always the biggest section.
I'm coming to the end of the Stegosaurus. There's less Stegosaurus and more background that is just
Oh,
nice and
good.
simple. On the last round of this thing, I found that all the way around I had screwed up the previous row, just
Yeah,
slightly,
yep. I
by
remember.
like one stitch. Like the back half of the row was off by a stitch. I
One.
did fix it all the way across.
Well done.
This sweater's gonna need some serious blocking and probably some tacking down of floats on the back from the surgery that I've had to do to fix these things.
Fair.
And maybe some duplicate stitching if all else fails. But I will have a Stegosaurus sweater.
Have you bothered to put it on the longer needle that you found by accident?
No, because the longer needle that I found by accident is now occupied by my summer secret crop, and I just haven't had the wherewithal to move it. But when I finish this chart and I have to do another round of increases, I'm gonna need the bigger cord.
You're going to have to flip at that
I'm
point.
Yes, I really, really will. But that's a problem that I can get to later. That is a later problem. Sun says if I don't clean out the kitty litter, she'll find another place to pee. My bed. Oh my gosh. That's a cat with an attitude.
An aggressive way of informing you. Mine doesn't do that. She just sits in the bathroom and yells at me until I do it. There's no forgetting in this house.
No.
Thankfully, her retaliation isn't peeing in random spots. I'm fine with it. It's creating lakes with her water dish.
Those are at least easier to clean up.
Hey, so because I live in a heritage building, you don't run the tube out the back of your air conditioning unit where the water condensed water can drain out of.
Yeah. Oh no, she started playing in that.
So I have a container to put it in, and in my case, it's a big red wheeled wagon. Yeah, she fell into it the other day, and I hadn't cleaned it out yet, so I had a wet cat because it was like this deep. So I hadn't emptied it out yet.
Oh my god.
She was excited to play with it. She was not so excited to be in it. So I got the mummy, I need help distress cry. So I go walking out trying to find her, right? So I'm like, where are you? Like, I'm asking for information. And it's like, why are you in there? Like, I can see you. It's a white interior. So, like, I really need to wash it out now. It's got cat fur in it. That's my task after this today. Just to get that cleaned up for D&D tonight. Dried. I was, because I've been able to have the AC unit off, I did the monthly cleaning of the filters. So at least that's all nice and clean, which is good.
Suzanne's cat apparently also paws at her with claws extended
No,
to
mine knows not to do that.
in form of needs.
No. So every time she's done that since she was a kitten, she's been summarily pushed aggressively right off my lap. Claws mean no in this house. Which also means in return, when she does claw us, we know she very seriously means it because she's been taught that that's a no-no. But you should hear her when we stick her in a cat carrier.
Oh my god. Heart wrenching. I've never heard a cat
Every
make that
time.
sound.
Every time she sounds like we're skinning her alive, we've put her in a cat carrier.
Yeah. Like,
It's
it's a
a
perfectly
yellow.
nice cat carrier.
Yeah, she's got space. She can move around. She's not cramped. It's like a small dog carrier. She's got room. And there's a
It's,
towel
yeah.
on there, down in there, so she doesn't even have to put her paws on plastic. But no, nope, we're in the Spanish Inquisition and we are torturing her on the rack. Every time, it doesn't matter. She's going to Chris, she's going to the vet, it doesn't matter. The moment you put her in a carrier, she makes that sound. Oh.
Well, I guess it means vet or dogs, and neither of those are terribly pleasant.
They've also meant moving, coming home. It meant other things. Oh, I was laughing because both me and Mom are absolutely hardcore on the if I have to move to Saskatoon, I will be seeing if Chris and Sherry can take over her care permanently because I'm not, none of us are going to want to be stuck in a car with her for 8 hours making that sound.
Oh my god.
No. No, no,
Would
no, 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 no.
would she be okay wearing a harness and like seat belted in? I don't know if you can do that.
Can't really seatbelt a cat in.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
Some when our cat growing up, sometimes we'd take him in the car, not in the carrier, just to like, hey, sometimes we can go for car rides and it's not to the vet, and we'd stick him on a short leash and then like seatbelt the leash into the back seat. And
if she
it was
wasn't
just like
such
short
a,
little rides around town. It wasn't like down the highway
oh
or
yeah, yeah,
anything.
no, no, no.
But
Well, that's fine. If she wasn't such a hider, maybe, but we can't because she's so scared of a lot of stuff. We can't guarantee that she'd be like the other cats that we've traveled and stuff with. Like Smokey and Bandit traveled fine. It wasn't their favorite thing to do, but they do it. But they also wouldn't ever get under Dad's feet while he was driving. I can't guarantee that she won't try to do that as a place to hide. Nor can I guarantee that she won't try to bolt the moment you open the door to
yeah,
have a place to hide and then extra panic because she's outside and she doesn't like outside. So I'm like, just she is a not easy to travel with cat, which is fine. I've had a lot of easy to travel with cats. I was due for a complicated hot mess. I think she'd probably fly okay, but that's because we can drug them, which is
Mm.
dangerous for them. So but you're not supposed to fly with your pets for a reason. The smaller ones that get drugged and aren't, because it's like anytime we take drugs, anytime we take painkillers or stuff like we run the risk of complications. It's just faster for them to have complications because they're so much smaller than us.
Oh yeah, Sherry was suggesting drug her. um, Knitting Purple says, "Do you have dog seat belts over there? Maybe a very small one would fit."
Probably. Never gone looking. But I don't know how she would react to being seat belted in either. Like I don't know if she'd do any better.
Yeah, that would definitely be like some trial runs, driving around the block.
Because when you threaten to take her outside and you're holding her, if you're her mom, she claws into me and climbs up and down into my shirt. Like she tries to become my boobs.
Or
She's
maybe you
done it
just
ever
need
since
the
she was a
baby
kitten.
carrier thing, and you just
I
like
need the
it's like
baby
flying with a
carrier thing.
baby. You just travel with her like a baby, and she'll be fine.
I can take her outside of the baby carrier thing. I absolutely would travel 8 hours in the car with her strapped to my chest if kept her quiet. I doubt it would work, but I'd be more than willing to try for short periods of time. No, it's fine. Some cats just don't travel well. They're like pets or children. Some of them just don't do it well. Some of them do it fine. They're very individualistic creatures.
3 minutes left in the sprint, and I haven't even finished a row yet.
Long rows will do that to you.
I'm on the last repeat.
Well, I spent the first few minutes of the sprint unwinding my yarn, which had been all wound up, so I will probably finish the row. Holy Hannah blinds, you're just giving her today.
Nikki says there are easy sewing patterns for peanut slings. It's a baby carrier that I think will work for your cat.
Possible. And if I don't structure the Christmas presents, I get an electronic rechargeable flopping fish. Guys, it's all about structure with some family members.
I mean,
Some you can
flopping
let
fish.
loose, some you have to structure. My brother in law and sister are people you have to structure, or you don't know what you're getting.
Sherry says our vet has prescribed relaxant for our cat. It can be safe. I imagine as long as you're not doing it like every week. It's similar to humans taking painkillers. It's on the rare occasions where it has to happen. It's probably all right.
I'd rather not if I don't have to.
Well, yeah. Gonna finish the stego. Gonna finish the stego. I'm gonna get at least one round of the sweater done. Good lord.
Oh, I've done 2 work sprints. That means I get to do a 4 fun sprint next. Yeah. Do I work on my sock or do I crochet? Crochet.
No, wait, incorrect. Don't screw up on the last repeat.
Oh, are you sure? Could be fun.
I'm so close.
Mm.
Ooh, I'm coming up to the end of the repeat, and the timer's got less than 10 seconds. Will I make it? I will not make it.
I was like, you're cute.
It'll be close, though. Ding. I got like 8 stitches left.
Oh, just finish your 8 stitches. I have more than 8 stitches, and I'm still going to finish. I'm going to show off this super sparkly, pretty yarn. Because I can. Oh. I should finish working on the toe of my sock. That's what I should do.
Look, it's looking like a stegosaurus.
Oh, that's looking good.
I even got the little like spiky bits on the tail.
Good.
Gosh, this looks so cute.
Oh, I can't wait to see you wearing it.
This brings me so much joy. This is adorable.
Then we can start bugging you about finishing the other dinosaur tea you've got on the go.
I know. That's enough of that right now.
Uncomfortable.
Oh, punch the microphone. It's fine. It's fine.
Stiffness. Gross.
Karen has finished a sunflower.
Oh,
and
excellent.
Nikki's spun about 25 grams. Oh. Stretch. I feel very yoga pose right now with this chair.
Here you go. Finish the row.
Oh. I'm going to do a simple thing, I think, for this next one.
Look.
Whoa. The white ballot's just adjusted dramatically. Wow, that's
sure
so
did.
Sparkly. Wow. It's blue? It's purple. I don't know. It just changed
purple.
So dramatically. I can't. Because your
We're
background
purple.
looks yellow now on camera.
It does. Yeah.
Holy.
Yeah. When I back it up, the color comes in better, but you don't see the sparkle.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a trade-off. If you want to see the sparkle, I gotta mess with that white balance. But it's all the eyelet mesh you hate that looks really good. So, however, no purling, and I've attached the non-button button band as you go. So you're not even picking up to do a button band when you're finished.
Nice.
That's all right, people. I thought of your needs. I got you. There'll be a little bit of pickup to do the button band across the back of the neck, but I'm sure everyone can handle 10 stitches. And I'm sure they can handle Kitchener 10 stitches too.
Knitting purple. I don't want to change. I'm having too much fun.
Yep,
you can keep working on the same thing. It's entirely up to you.
Yep. I get the salve, Diana. We need to buy you the salve. Oh, it helps so much.
And Karen says, I would work on my other colorwork socks next, but I can't find the chart.
Uh-oh.
That is an important thing for colorwork. And she also says, I want to knit that cardigan so bad.
Listen, I'm working on it. I will need testers. I'll also need testers for Halloween stuff shortly, too. Ugh, so much on the go right now.
Oh, I have a countdown thingy going for Halloween and Christmas and stuff. There's 128 days until Halloween.
Yeah.
And 183 days until Christmas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those are not the deadlines that frighten me. January 1st is the deadline that frightens me. Handle the other ones. January one's stressing me out. Oh, God.
Stretch.
Why did I leave this out? Oh, I know why I left it out. I want to measure and weigh how much yarn it takes to do a pair
Susanna
of
is still
mittens.
working on the crochet shawl on what is called the edging. Nice. It sounds like it's almost done then.
Really, she's made some excellent progress.
Karen says, I thoroughly enjoyed testing last year's Halloween stuff.
Yeah, it was fun.
I enjoyed wearing it.
You were an excellent model. Thank you.
I suppose I could take that stuff out of the front closet now and put it away for the season.
Well, I'm not sure why you'd bother, given the season starts again in like 2 months.
Not out here, it doesn't. I won't need it again until October.
Do your math.
Yeah, that's still at least 4 months. July, August, September. 3, 4 months.
Yeah.
Long enough that it could get out of the closet for a while. Especially since we're going to have guests that need places to put their things.
How full is your closet?
Well, considering we've still got all of the bulky winter stuff in it, kind of full. And it's not a huge closet, so the winter stuff needs to go away.
The winter stuff should have gone away months ago.
It should have, and it hasn't. So that's on the to-do list.
Sorry, I am organizing my off-camera coffee tables. I have 2 coffee tables, just for me. They live off-camera.
Karen says, do I want to lace or do I want to stockinette this sprint?
I'm
doing stockinette, so that's my vote.
Lace, just to be contradictory.
So there you go. 2 contradictory opinions that help not at all.
Not at all.
Not in the slightest.
That's how we roll here, people.
Very unhelpfully.
Very unhelpfully.
We roll about as well as a square wheel.
We're not a squircle.
It can roll, just not very well.
I would imagine once you reach a certain volume of velocity, it rolls fine. But your inertia to get over the squareness of oneself should be higher.
It does eventually roll. I feel like Mythbusters did square wheels at some point, because I remember seeing video of somebody that had managed to... Oh no, I dropped a stitch. Somebody that had managed to do square wheels, but it got to a certain point and it just sort of shook the vehicle apart.
Well, yeah.
Because of the frequency.
Yeah, they weren't designed for it, but they could do it. I'm not designed to run, but I can if I have to. It is such an unorganized mess over here. What am I doing with my life?
I don't know. What are you doing with your life? Not being organized, apparently.
Big organizational problems. When you have this many projects on the go, everything needs to have space. It exists in that space and nowhere else. This is a problem. Is this June's? This is June's. So remember I bought that got that grab bag set in the DK weight yards? I was showing that from Bigger.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I need to get a bag of mystery fluff. I feel like that'll just be too much fun. I didn't get a bag for the mystery fluff when I was in Bigger because I made the bags of mystery fluff. So it wasn't really mysterious. That big of, they weren't really mysterious for me. I feel like I could probably ask Aaron to throw together a bag of mystery fluff for me, and then it would be a mystery for me. That would work. So I need to, because I want to turn that into a set of things. That way it could be my grab bag set.
Ah.
So I need to do some weights and measuring. So I think I'm going to take June's yarn, which I really like. It looks nice next to my skin. And I'm going to turn it into a pair of mittens. Probably fingerless. possibly not. And I'm going to see how much yardage I use, because then I can calculate how much I would need for a pair of mittens, and from there it'll be less for a headband, and whatever's left over can be the cowl. Or maybe I'll get lucky and I'll have enough I can make like a nice double wrap cowl, which I would love to do because I'm a fan of the double wrap cowl. Which leads my brain back to more Halloween stuff because I have that super snug cowl that I gave you
Oh yeah.
and the big loopy wrap cowl that I made for myself. Thank heavens Jen finished hers in like a beautiful black and white. So good. That I want. Do you see those cowls that are like the cityscapes or like these big panoramic views?
Scooching.
They see this.
Yeah.
Hence the eyebrows of what are you doing? So I want a Halloween one like that, where it's like one big epic scene, and it does that whole drapey in around here, where it's
Oh,
more
that'd be lovely.
decorative than useful. But I want that,
But
and I
it'd be
want to make
pretty though.
matching. Yeah, I make matching mittens for it because I made fingerless mittens last year, so I want like mittens for this one.
Okay, okay.
No hat.
No more hats.
You guys got one hat out of me, and you might at some point get one sock, and that'll be it. They're not my favorite things to design. Okay. Okay. I think
Figured it out?
no. I'm gonna measure my swatch and possibly cast on.
Ooh.
So that's what we're contemplating right now. But first, a sip of decaf coffee because hydration is important.
Knitting Purple is saying, I'm not designed to clean and I try not to.
Fair. I need
I
to
mean, is
clean because I'm
anybody really
allergic to
designed
everything.
to clean?
I have relaxed. I have relaxed. I only sweep my floor twice a week, and I only dust once a month. I'm relaxed. I'm nowhere near as aggressive as I was when I was younger. Oh,
Karen says a Halloween headband would be cute.
I might look at that like it in my crack.
Oh, the lichen.
Just
Oh, I love
look at
it.
it. Just look at it.
That looks like lichen.
I know. I have enough swatches, and all my swatches are roughly this size, like within a stitch or so. In my fingering weight yarns that I've done swatches in,
Mm-hmm.
which means I'm creeping closer to just randomly having a blanket.
All of my swatches are weird different sizes.
I standardized my swatch sizes so that when I have enough to make a couch throw memory blanket, I can just sit down and sew them together. Or get fancy and give them a matching color border and pick them up one by one and knit them into each other. Haven't decided what I want to do yet. We'll figure out when I have enough, and it'll be a very long time, so it's not a project till then. It's just a stack of swatches in a bag till I have enough to do a throw. I wouldn't do a whole blanket, but I think a stack of memory swatches for a couch throw would be really nice. For honest, it's not even for the couch, guys. It's for my rocking chair. I'm making a blanket for my rocking chair.
Well, all rocking chairs deserve a blanket.
I feel that a memory blanket on my rocking chair is just the way to go with a crocheted circle pillow to sit in my back, so I have that nice ergonomic back going.
Oh yeah.
But I want the crochet pillow to match the crochet pillow for my butt. Because, well, it is very comfortable to sit in for a while. It is still literally hard, flat wood.
Yes.
I need some foam. I need foam for my hothouse flower self. I've been resisting the urge to ask Dad if I can have a matching footstool. Then I can put my feet up and have a rocking footstool. I haven't asked. I haven't asked. I shouldn't ask. It's not fair. Rocking chair was a big enough of a gift. I should not be greedy about these things.
That was like an
Yes.
eventual Christmas present or something.
what do you want for Christmas, dear? Here, can I have a rocking footstool to go with my rocking chair?
It
I
seems
would
like a
like to
perfectly
commit.
reasonable thing to ask for.
I'd like to commit to this 80-year-old knitting grandmother bit. Oh, you have no idea. Because he keeps making the chairs, right? He makes like he's got auto list of those funny chairs that you have at the beach that I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like. Those ones. But he's made some just super, I don't want to say basic, classic wooden chairs. But he's made them like Jocelyn sized, dad sized. So like you could sit in them and fold your knees up. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I want to get rid of my couch so bad. I hate my couch. I hate my couch. I'm just kind of I want to sit in the chairs and go, can I just get two of these? Can I just have two of these? Can I get rid of my couch? Have these two, my rocking chair? They'd all match. They're all out of recycled wood. So they fit my handmade DIY streak that I've been on for God only knows how long at this point. They're handmade by my dad, so they can become something that I can handle. Like they can become a generational thing if my niece likes them.
Yeah.
We all know they're sturdy AF. My dad doesn't do unsturdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mom said he got up on the footstool when he was done with it and kind of jumped lightly to make sure it would support him. And my dad's not a tiny man.
No.
So I'm like, okay, it's solid. Solid, got it, good. So it's like, oh, I just do that. And then have my dining room chairs when I need extra chairs when company comes over. And then just make, which gives me an excuse to make a throw for every one of those chairs and pillows for every one of those chairs. Guys,
You needed an excuse?
I don't have enough furniture for the volume of pillow I want.
You just make a pile of pillows.
I want floor pillows. I don't know where I'd store them.
On
I
the
don't even
floor.
know where. Yeah, but where do you store them when you're not using them? Because if I leave them on the floor, I'll trip on them.
Well,
But for
you
when
stack
like
them all up in one corner.
when I'm working on a puzzle on my coffee table, I want to be like face close to the coffee table, but I'm old.
Right.
So I want a floor cushion, like a very sturdy floor seat.
Hmm.
Not fancy with the arm pretending to be a chair thing. It's just a really good stuffed foam
Yep.
seat.
Yep.
That's what I want. And not the stools, because you can see the handmade sewn
Right. I haven't started the
stools.
timer. Karen has just
You should
pointed
do
out that
that.
I have not started a timer. I should
I'm
start a
just
timer.
I'm
I'm gonna start a
chatting and
timer.
I'm not
Well,
measuring my
we got
swatch.
to talking and okay. Sprint number 3, go.
It happens.
So on top of
Guys,
things.
we are rocking it today.
Sorry, I'm gonna catch up on chat as well. Susanna's back to working on actual work things. Boo.
Boo!
Gross. It is a weekend. Boo.
I say boo.
Erin says I put swatches under my plant pots as coasters.
Yeah.
That's a thing to do with them.
Oh, hey,
have-
Aaron.
I have my first ever swatch as a coaster on my desk, but I tend not to make my swatches big enough to be coasters, if I'm being really honest.
I'm enamored with the memory blanket things.
And Asa says, I folded laundry, so now it is no longer a WIP, but a finished thing.
Oh,
I agree.
Good call. Hey, Aaron, you want to come over and visit before the 16th?
Let's change positions. Okay. Better.
We're leaving that giveaway open for 2 weeks. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
I was like,
gonna
oh man, did I
pick
inform
winners
you
on
of
the
that?
on the live.
Because you
Yeah,
wrote the rules for those things.
I did. Ow. Oh. Stretch. Okay. I'm gonna get the toe of the sock done. Really for reals. Right? I can totally... No, I probably can't finish the toe of the sock. In 25 minutes? I don't know. What do you think? Can I do a sock toe in 25 minutes?
Nope. But I think you can get a good chunk of a sock toe done in 25 minutes. But like the whole sock toe?
Yeah, it'd
Maybe if you're
be.
64 stitches, sure, but aren't you 68?
Nope, I am 64.
This is how I do gauge swatches, guys. I line everything up and then I take a picture. And then I count. And then I drop the picture in the thread in the mods chat and somebody else double checks my numbers.
Is this like, hey, go count my stitches for me?
Yeah. Because while I love the look of the Lycan and McCrack, counting stitches is not easy for me. Sure. And I need, as always, I'll need a double check because sometimes I'm off by a stitch or two. Sometimes I have the same number you guys do. But if I don't double check, the one time I don't double check, what I see will not be what I have. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not good. Downside is that first photo was so blurry.
Well, how are we supposed to count stitches if it's too blurry?
Yeah, I'm retaking the photo. That's how. What? What?
Bless you.
What?
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
How?
That was like
That's what
7.
hurt. Oh, oh gosh.
You still
Don't be
alive?
allergic to. Nope. That.
Oh my god.
Apparently, even being stuck in a car with me for 8 hours does not make my sneezing less cute. Oh, that was aggressive.
Yeah?
Okay. Ooh, they're just having a bad eyesight day. That's possible. Oh well, we'll take the second picture anyway. Just in case I haven't
Scratch.
actually lost my mind. Weird. No,
Also
that's not what I
says that
wanted
was
to
me
do.
cleaning the kitchen today. It needed a good dusting.
Oh, oh I suspect I'm probably blowing in a lot of dust is being blown in from the outside. I just don't care enough to close the windows. I want the breeze.
8, 10, 12,
Okay. See if this one's clearer.
22, 24.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no,
which
it's
means I
just
have
me today.
48
Awesome.
of
Okay.
64 stitches.
Look at. Ooh, who messaged me in general chat?
Aaron
Ooh.
says, yes, I'll come over and visit. I'll text you later when you're not on the internet.
Thumbs up.
Nikki says, how is that sneezing fit aggressive and cute at the same time?
No one knows, but I sound like a 4-year-old pixie wearing a tutu when I do it. I always have, and I am not a small person, so this tiny girly sneeze that comes out of my face is just not what you would expect. It's just not what you're expecting. So like everybody looks at me, but yes, no, I am aware I sneeze really cutely. Oh
Karen says, when my sister sneezes, I always want to apologize because it sounds accusing.
yeah, hey. I can't see stitches at all, so I feel like today is just not my day to focus. So,
Also
hey,
says,
Sherry
send
or
the photo
Asa,
to her and she'll count stitches.
if anybody's gonna second in the mod chat on Discord, if you could tell me how many stitches I have per inch, that'd be great. Ugh.
Also says 6.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Oh, wait, maybe not 6.
Oh, do we have a disagreement?
Please stand by.
Today is apparently not a look at stitches day, so okay, cool. The kicker of the thing was his mom was going to send me and Aaron home with herb cuttings. Completely forgot. I was like, okay, we did well. We only forgot like a handful of things this time, so I think we're getting better.
Also says 6.5, but the measuring tape is not straight. And
Oh
Sherry
yeah,
says six
there's
and a half or 7.
yeah. Okay, so we'll go 6.5 because the measuring tape isn't straight. That's fine. 12, 24, 26. Okay. That's right. I did 6 plus 6 and then I doubled it. I saw that it was I was just looking at it. Did Jessie in the general chat? I think she replied to something I wrote. We're gonna have to read it later, love. I have to get so close to my screen right now. Have my phone updated?
All the
Which
fonts the wrong size.
I will never not do an update. Updates are important and you need to do them. And I understand you need to do them so that your phone functions properly and optimized. This is important. Uh, it auto resets all of the apps to the phone's original default large font size, and it takes upwards of like sometimes 2 weeks for the accessibility large font to kick it back in. I haven't changed settings. It is exactly where it is, and it doesn't matter if I turn it off and turn it back on again. I have, for whatever reason, I have to wait. I've had to do this for years, guys. Years. If the phone
It's
updates or
just
the app
so
updates,
dumb.
the font shrinks for days or a week or two at a time. My text messages, my apps, all of it. And I have to go back to hardcore using the computer and the screen reader, or I have to turn on TalkBack. And TalkBack doesn't function on all apps. TalkBack is useless on Instagram.
Ugh.
Great for Twitter. Useless at Facebook. So I'm in that awkward gray zone for the next little bit. So that's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's just a bit of a pain in the keister. You know?
Yeah.
I know you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want
Come on. There we go.
not
No,
that.
wrong way. Pick up
I
stitch that way.
want not that. Do I want this page? No, I do not want this page. Do I want this page? Yes, I do want this page. Oh,
What is
goody.
this page?
It's my Como top by
Hmm.
Pickles, which is apparently a store in Norway. Of course it is. So if I've got 28, I can math. Not in my head. That's what a calculator's for. Do a little math. Make sure my math is correct. Haha, it was. Excellent. Oops.
I have a little bit of a weird little song stuck in my head, and it's stuck in there. And
Refuses to be anything other than what it is.
you know when you get a song stuck in your head, but it's only like 3 lines.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very annoying. Oh, also says just ask Louise. She has shopped there.
Oh, I believe you. I'm currently upsizing their tank top pattern.
And Liz says, "Hi, just got home. I'm glad you could join
Hello.
us. We're on sprint number 3."
I'm mathing. We all love when I math. It goes
No,
well.
Sherry, it's not peaches stuck in my head. I mercifully have managed to avoid that one. I'm aware of what it is, but I haven't actually heard it, so it can't be stuck in my head.
Oh, mine's the lime and the coconut. I only remember like 2 lines, but I'll sing those 2 lines ad nauseum.
I had a lovely bunch of coconuts stuck in my head the other day. But like
Oh,
just the like 3 lines from The Lion King.
that's hilarious. Just those 3 lines?
Yeah, just that's it. That's all the song that I ever knew.
Okay, okay.
But no, the song stuck in my head. I was scrolling through TikTok and it just the algorithm decided that I needed this song in my life, and it's just it's like a little. It's like the song that never ends, but it's this little rap about a worm, and the lady who made this weird little song has this incredible ability to like dead eyes stare into the camera without blinking
Okay.
while performing this thing, and it's stuck in my head, and I don't even know all the words, and it's just this abstract little song about a worm, and
Proving a problem for you?
yes, something about a worm in the inner city and singing an itty bitty ditty with a kitty committee and does an itty bitty jiggy. And
What?
yeah, it's absolute nonsense, and it's stuck in my head.
Some days I worry about you, right? Oh no,
I
it's one of
worry
the really
about me
long
too.
chords.
I worry about me constantly. Nikki says we
Danger, my foot was
relentlessly
there first.
relentlessly have a song from one of Marble's favorite TV shows, like every day, at least one of us. Oh no.
I sang the little Einstein song for years after
I
Phaedra was done with
actually
it.
don't know that one.
I had Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I also don't know that one. I'm a little bit young
Big,
for that one and a little bit old for the Einsteins.
well, yeah. Only if you spent enough time around your niece and nephew or your nephew when he was into Paw Patrol, that might have got stuck in your
Oh,
head.
that got thoroughly stuck in my head for
So,
a while.
yeah, yeah. It's,
Oh, Karen's
I lived with
offering
my
to
niece.
get different songs stuck in my head. Yes, please. I will take anything at this point.
Oh dear, she's
Please get different
desperate.
songs stuck in my head. I'm so tired of this a worm doing an itty bitty jiggy.
Just sounds so wrong.
I'm gonna have to learn all the words to this thing to get it out of my head.
Possible. That is a 6. So I need 2 up for them. Okay. If way too many stitches per inch, people, guess what? I'm going up a needle size. Not that that should shock anybody.
Plain row.
Because
Do not
I,
increase.
in fact, have 2 whole stitches too many per inch.
Thomas the Tank Engine? Yeah.
Um,
I don't remember that one. I haven't heard that song in so long. No, I absolutely don't remember Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas the Train Tank Engine, whatever. Probably had different names in different places.
nope. I did. Oh, I got reach over here. Pick you up. I have a sinking suspicion.
Baby Shark.
I,
No. Oh God. Well, that's yep. Yeah, okay. Well, that'll get rid of the worm. Thank you. I guess I'd be careful what you wish for.
what'd you do? What'd you get?
Baby Shark.
Oh, see, that doesn't stay in my head.
Well, it's currently drowning out the weird little worm song, so I'll take it.
Bakers can't be choosers and all that.
I'll be thoroughly sick of Baby Shark in about an hour, but you know, the stupid worm thing's been stuck in my head for a day and a half now, so Baby Shark is refreshing.
That's just sad to say, really.
Yeah, it is. Okay, how many stitches do I have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10,
Yep, the needle I need is in the Midnight Breeze shop. Given how much I have to go up in needle size to accommodate. Well,
2, 4, 6,
see what I can do.
16, 18, 6. I have one too many stitches on my front row. That's cool.
Both simultaneously love, dislike the long, long cord. I love it when I'm using it, but when I'm draping it around my neck, I find it aggressively a nuisancy. Okay, I need to scroll all the way to the top of my Google Doc for this one. Because I have my gauge written down, which helps. Abbreviations, helpful tips. Yeah, I need the middle between a 6 and a 4. I need a 5.
Come on. There we go.
Or this is a 5.
6 minutes left in the sprint.
Aggressively blocked, maybe? I'd be okay with aggressively blocking.
This yarn is subtly stripy. I didn't realize.
I did not aggressively block. I lightly placed. Whoops.
Oh, sorry. I'm awake. Also says, could you do a different size for the como?
Well, I'm gonna do a different size, but I also I didn't block it. Like I didn't set it down and go pin stretch. I laid it out flat and dropped a couple of pins in so it stayed flat while it dried. So I placed and it block. So I could block down 2 inches, like 2 stitches easy. Because that would just be a medium aggressive block. Itchy leg. Remember how I was telling you about that chemical burn I gave myself?
Uh-huh.
Still itchy from time to time. Only when I'm really, unshockingly, overly warm and hot. Who knew?
Who knew?
Apparently, we've had a tiring morning somehow. She's belly up and snoring in front of the fan. That's why we keep them, people, because they are stupid cute when they're passed out cold. What's a US 7?
I have no idea. Off the top of my head.
We'd have to Google.
I can tell you that a 1 is 2.25 millimeters. But that doesn't really help.
Not overly. Because I want you to have 24 stitches on the smaller needles and 20 stitches on the bigger needles. They go from US 4 to US 7, which makes sense. Because roughly you tend to lose a stitch per needle size, right? Like roughly, air quotes, with huge variables. But I get 20 stitches over 4 inches on my shawl, which is definitely a bigger needle than what I'm rocking. So I can use this needle to do ribbing if I want to do ribbing. I don't want to do ribbing. I think I want to do a folded brim, which means I'm working just in the big needle the whole way.
Liz says it's a 4.5 millimeter. A US 7.
That's why, yeah, I need the needle in my summer breeze, which is a 5. Because I can, if I aggressively block, I can get a 26 down to a 24, but I can't get a 26 down to a 20, so I gotta go up. I gotta go up. So a 4 is too small for the bigger needle size for me. I need a 5 or a 6. Do I gauge swatch at a 6 just to see, maybe? Because I gotta drop 6 stitches per 4 inches.
Might be worth going up 2 sizes then.
So I had 6.5 stitches per inch. So dropping to like going up to a 5 isn't going to be enough. I'm still going to be half a stitch off. So yeah, I should probably try a 6. Worst, if it's too many stitches, it's too big, right?
Yes. Too many stitches means the stitches are too small.
Too small. So the garment will
And the
be too
thing's gonna.
large.
Yes.
Or do I just take my 24 stitches and make a smaller size?
Or did I get that backwards? I feel like we're thinking the same thing, but maybe not saying it out loud properly.
You know, I can never do it. It doesn't seem to matter how often I do it. But for gauge swatches, it's never what I think it is. And it never becomes intuitive.
Too many stitches means it'll be too small. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So it would be better to have too few stitches per swatch.
Yes. More stitches, smaller size. Okay. So bigger needles to get fewer stitches. Yeah.
That just confused me.
Yep.
Too many stitches means it's too small. Too few stitches means it's too big. Right?
Yes.
That's logic I can work with. I'm probably having a text message correcting me. Coming in shortly. So I should gauge swatch at a 6mm and then just knit a smaller size.
Depends if you like the fabric, I guess.
Well, the 5 is fine, or the 4 is fine. Like we're not like super drapey, loosey goosey. Like, God, we fold.
Ding. I'm gonna finish
We
this round.
fold. It still counts as a WIP sprint, but I'm not like super semi drapey. Like we stand on our own fairly well
Yeah. And
on
sorry,
the
this is for
floor
the what again?
for the hobo top, the tank top.
Right.
So going to a 5 will increase the drape. Going to a 6 will make it super drapey.
Yes.
But it's not necessarily going to like make it more see-through. Does that make sense? Like I'd have to get a lot bigger given how tight I knit. We're gonna try the 6mm. We're gonna try. I don't
I'm
think
gonna
I
count this
want
one
the
more time before I put it down.
I
Two,
think I want to.
4. Right? 4, 6, 8.
Oh, all sorts
No,
of messages.
I can't count. 2,
Guys,
4,
I can't
6,
read the messages
8,
in the
10,
chats.
12,
Well,
14,
it's not
16,
you guys
18,
I'm talking to. It's the D&D
20,
group I'm
22,
talking to.
24, 26, 28. Okay. I need 4 more rows and then I'm done my toe. So I got almost a toe in 25 minutes.
Good.
Ta-da!
Or two.
Also agrees. Swatch on a 6. Oh, sorry.
That's what I'm thinking. I think the 5 is going to be too small still. So I need a 6 and I have to do another gauge switch, which is fine. Or we need a long break.
I think we're probably due for a long break to get up, refresh beverages, get snacks. I am out of all beverages and snacks.
I didn't want the cord from here to next Tuesday.
I've successfully gotten the air to move in here, so it's better, but I could use an icy beverage.
You know, if you've got an ice pack in your freezer, if you put it across the back of your neck, that'll also cool you down.
Mm, don't think I do, but consuming a cold liquid usually works pretty well.
It does.
Also, maybe some food to help regulate.
Here's a 6 millimeter. I
Do
need this one.
I heat up some pie? Or do I not heat up
Okay.
some pie? A savory pie that
Uh-huh.
is real
Uh-huh.
food, air quotes,
Uh-huh.
or strawberry pie.
Uh,
I know
you
you
know how
don't
I
like
feel about
strawberry, but
strawberries, so I'm voting savory. Also, I know that today you've only had a monkey cake.
I should
So
probably have real food.
I'm voting savory pie.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna heat it up though.
No, you're just gonna eat it cold?
I think so.
Do you even have a microwave in that house?
We do have a microwave, but then it gets soggy. So I heat up the pie in the toaster oven so the crust stays crusty. But it
Let's watch
Sherry
I'm
says both
prepared.
pies. The answer is always more pie. I think
Both.
Sherry's got the
Okay.
right answer. Well, a slice of each.
Sherry. I feel like Sherry is probably the correct option for this one. I am
I think
prepped for
so.
the next WIP sprint. We're gonna do a swatch and a 6
Nice.
because I thought, and I was like, but they have instructions for a folded brim, so I don't have to rib. So I'm not
Stretch.
gonna rib.
Ow.
That's how I feel about it. Do I even want to know what you're doing? Oh, we're not.
Okay. I'm getting the
I
Cobra sweater because I'm gonna prep on the next sprint.
Okay, you do your prep. I will go to the washroom because now I've had a whole cup of coffee and a big thing of water. And then when I get back, you can grab some pie.
Sounds good. If anybody else needs hydration or dehydration, now is a good time.
I need to dehydrate. I'll be back.
I need some scrap yarn for this, is what I need. How about. The brightest yellow to contrast with the teal. Will that even fit on me? I'm so curious if I can even get this on me. No. The small is definitely way too small. Oh no, you cabled wrong. Oh, that sucks. Tinking a whole sprint of work. I guess I know what. Guess you know what you're doing next sprint. Stego Lady has a set for sale. All the dino charts? I need to buy all the dino charts. Okay, dino charts need to happen. Spaghetti carbonara. All this pie talk is making it hard to wait for pie. I am also impatient for pie, and it's literally just in my fridge, so. Okay, so what's the best way of doing this? This was knit top down. So, in theory, if I start picking up stitches, that looks like a decrease. So we're going to pick up here. Yeah, it seems like that'll probably work. Then I've just got to pick up the right legs of the stitches all the way around. Sherry, you also want to meet pie? We have a pie store here, and I got a rosemary garlic lamb pie. And it's also got like potatoes and stuff in it. It's actually so good. It's also where I got the strawberry pie. And for the summer, they're doing fruit pie milkshakes. So whatever fruit pie they have on hand, they'll crumble it up into a milkshake for you. I love the pie store.
I'm back.
You're back.
Dehydrated. The importance.
We're talking about pie in chat.
I'm not shocked by this. Pie is tasty. I need to make some shepherd's pies.
Liz is gonna make cherry crumble. Oh, and Karen is lamenting a mistake in some cabling. So cable lace is going into timeout.
Frozen lemon pie again.
I'm going to go fetch some pie.
Okay. You do that.
I will do that, and I will be right back. And get more water, because, oh my gosh.
Hydration's important.
Unfold. Here we go.
Unfold? That's a good problem. Or I guess technically I didn't fully finish this coffee. I still have a bit in here, but that's okay. But that's okay. See, I found the cardigan, but it needs its neckband. So I need to figure out where I put the freaking bag with the leftover yarns, and I put all the leftover yarns in that bag. It's one of my CBC swag bags. So I need to find it. I need to find it so I can finish this, because this could be a sample for Aaron on the 16th. If I get help with that one stitch I dropped, and some of the accidental moss stitcher that I created, the wood rose could also be a sample on the 16th, which would be good. Still, mind you, I cut those gray buttons that I bought the big package of, and they aren't just plastic gray buttons. I could just lightly sand the surface, and Lord knows I have painting supplies. I've got cans of paint, I got a lot of paint with the paint. I could just paint and refinish the buttons with a sealant coat in a different color, and then I'd have buttons. Oh, I like that idea. I'm gonna do that. Even if it means like an impromptu trip to my brother-in-law's house, because he's got my sealant right now. Because if I decide to use like one of the metallic spray can things, once I've roughed up the buttons, I'm gonna need to, as they say, go somewhere I can use a spray can, which would not be my apartment. Should not be. I could also like cast on my mallow back, because I have my two fronts for my mallow cardigan. Could always cast on the back to the mallow. Also an option, but I feel like getting to work on the summer cow is more important, since that's going on right now. Yikes. Oh, yeah. I have coleslaw that I made this morning sitting in the fridge doing its chill thing. So I have coleslaw tonight for dinner with my dinner, which will be more of the deer sausage because I really like deer sausage. I just need to figure out what else I'm going to put with it. Like, what's my starchy curb to go with my cabbage coleslaw? Which has a little bit of carrot in it too. Like potatoes is the classic go-to, and I got potatoes. I could do that. Or I could do rice. We were talking about rice today. So I'll figure it out later. I had D&D tonight. I don't know if I've got time to bake, though. Maybe. I should try to make some buns today. Tried making buns yesterday, and the yeast activated fine. I thought got no rise, so my active yeast might be toast. I have some instant yeast packets still, so that's fine. I can just use the instant yeast packets. Though sad because I only got through 2/3 of that jar, so always tragic. And there is the best before date, but that does not necessarily mean that they will be good to their best before date or good after their best before date. And active dry yeast is different than instant yeast. So I have instant yeast. So maybe I should make some buns today because then I can mix in the instant yeast in with the flour and then just add the
Scooch.
water.
Everything's scooch.
I don't
Headphones.
think D&D is going to care if I'm baking off buns and bread when we start. Probably not. But it definitely doesn't really leave enough time for baking unless I make bannock buns. Because if I make bannock buns, then I can make the bannock. And then when the temperature oven for the bannock goes down for the finishing the cooking of the bannock, I will have made like cookie bars or brownie or a brownie. I can just slide the brownie in. I
I
need
don't
more
fully know what the
tofu.
conversation is, but Nancy's asking, do you store your yeast in the freezer?
No, I generally don't have to have yeast live in my apartment longer than 4 months is fairly rare. But it's because I do so much baking from scratch. Like I all of my bread I make from scratch. Sometimes with the active dry yeast, I don't always make it to the end of the jar. I usually make it to the end of the jar. So like the one time in 10 that I don't care enough to store it in the freezer. It is shelf stable. It also doesn't mean that necessarily mean that it's any fault. It could just be the yeast is dead. It's just done. That's fine. And sometimes it's done before it says it's going to be done. It's not a guarantee. It's not a science, so it's fine. And I have instant yeast for a reason. Just means I'll buy some more. I need to buy more packs of backup instant yeast, and I'll wait and buy more active dry yeast in the fall, when I would normally be replacing my active dry yeast anyway. I store my coffee in the freezer. My
I go
coffee
through that way
beans.
too quickly to stick that in the freezer. My yeast seems to work
Well,
just fine in the fridge.
the yeast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't use yeast all that often because I got into sourdough.
yeah, which makes sense. Like I'm making a loaf or like I'm making a batch of bread once or twice a week. So like I go through the yeast pretty quick. But yeah, if you were looking like long term storage, the fridge or freezer would be good for it. I have to put my real coffee beans in the freezer because it is a long time between cups of real coffee for me. But like my decaf coffee, I go through that so fast.
Oh, Cherry says like nan or I know what nan is, but chapati. I don't know what that
That's
is.
another flatbread.
Hmm.
I'm
I'm
due to
learning
make my
things.
own. I'm due to make another batch of tortillas. And now that I know how to make hand-made tortillas, which are stupid simple, there is no way anyone's ever convincing me to spend that kind of money on flour tortillas ever again when I can make them for pennies at home. And they're way better.
Mm-hmm.
Never doing it. Never doing it.
Hmm.
Just no. Mostly
I've had
because
real food now and I feel better.
much better. Mostly because at the start of the month I buy a bunch of stuff and then I cook and freeze it. And one of the things I like to make are breakfast burritos, which is like day old rice with mixings and salsa and spicy foods, like way spicier than Sherry would like. And then roll up the burrito, wrap the burrito in wax paper, seal it up in saran wrap, and stick it in the fridge. And then I can have a hot breakfast burrito in like less than 2 minutes in the morning with
I've done that. It's nice.
tofu sour cream. Yeah, yeah,
Karen
it's a
wants to
good
make tortillas
breakfast.
now, and Sherry says no spice.
Somehow I feel like doing up a spicy fried Mexican mushroom burrito is not really for Sherry. That would be a
That sounds so
negative
good though.
caffeine, but it's amazing. So
I
if you
like
can
the like
handle it,
eggs and beans and bacon,
tofu
the salsa.
scramble. You do tofu
Also, yeah,
scramble.
I haven't actually made a tofu scramble, but it looks good.
Oh, tofu scramble. Tofu scramble, small cubed potatoes, and then I usually use like bacon tempeh instead of bacon to keep mine vegan. Uh, and also because if I'm having bacon, I'm putting it in a bacon lettuce tomato sandwich. I'm having a BLT. I have some turkey bacon, and that's for a special occasion. Possibly the Saturday morning of Icon as bribery.
Mm.
Because if we go, me and Mr. B would go together because he would help me get around and do stuff, and we both enjoy anime and the con, but we're both only free on Saturday. Might try to use the turkey bacon as a bribe so he stays here and sleeps on the couch that night because he is a pain to get out of bed in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And it's easier if I can sit on his head, not literally, to get him up. And the fastest way to get him in motion is to cook bacon. But if I make us toast and tofu scramble with bacon in the morning for breakfast, he will get up.
Smart.
He will get up for that.
Plus, then
But
you
if I,
get tofu scramble and bacon.
yeah, but if I don't have access to him, it doesn't work.
No, the smell doesn't really waft that far.
It not as just waft between my apartment and like the 15-minute drive to his house. No, it doesn't go that far.
Nancy is asking, what is the light green object on your shelf? What was it? Yes, what is the light green object? I don't know. There, you have a lot of green stuff behind you.
What's the green in my background that people are seeing?
Mm.
What green? That's not green, that's blue. Do I go left or right? Up or down?
I don't know.
What's near it? Help!
Oh, Sherry's saying the doll, maybe? It does look a little bit green on camera.
This could be what you're talking about. This is a crocheted dress over a doll. If this is what you mean. I can pull her down if you want to see her.
Ah, yes, that was the thing. Yes.
Hang on, here she comes.
Yeah, she doesn't usually make an appearance, besides way in the background.
I got her when I was 11, 12? I think 12. I think it was like the last year we lived up north. She's so old, she has no hair. Moth.
Eep!
But she still has her hat. We went to a craft fair at the high school, and I saw her her and several others like her on sale. And I asked my dad and mom for the doll, and I was told no. And then my dad had to sneak the doll out because I was some peeved that I didn't get the doll I wanted. But she's just a plastic doll with a crochet dress, petticoats and all.
Dress.
Like she's fully petticoated underneath here, people. She also used to have shoes. I lost the shoes. I don't even know how long ago. So she's barefoot and bald at this point, but she's also well over 20 years old. Because do the math. I got her when I was 12 and I'm 40, so she'll be 30 in 2 years.
Oh my gosh. Doll's nearly as old as I am.
It's an old doll. It's been around for a while. I have been
She's doing great then.
She's doing fine. She's doing fine. And at some point I will replace the doll, right? But I think I need to make her some companions. So I've been slowly looking and trying to collect the patterns wherever I can find them, the crochet patterns wherever I can find them, so I can make crochet, because you don't see them at craft shows anymore. So I need to track down and figure out how these dresses are made, because I'm just like, I guess from a business perspective, it would be really nice to be able to make these and sell them because they'd be really pretty. From a small girl perspective, I think it would just be really nice, and other little girls would like crocheted fancy dolls.
Sherry says she needs a sheep.
Yes. Or like a dude.
She needs a friend.
Guy and she needs a friend. But sheep are not out of the question. Why do you have to lie like that? Why?
How many more sprints do we want to do? Because we've been at this for... we've been streaming for over 2 hours.
Yeah, we usually end up streaming for like 3, almost 4.
All right.
Why?
Say
How
two
you
more
doing?
sprints then.
Yeah. Let's do some more sprints.
Okay.
Uh, how's your wrist doing? Good. I
Well, I'm
know I
doing
was.
something totally different this time, so
We
should
were
be okay.
causing problems with you yesterday when we tried physics again.
Yes, well, human fall flat is challenging on the fingers.
And addictive.
Yes.
You're so
I
floppy.
probably should not have played it as much as I did. I don't think that helped me at all, but it was really fun. All right.
You also need to get some topical pain stuff that you can massage and start massaging your hands and
Yes.
stretching your
Well, also,
wrists
I
and
think
joints
the
out
problem
properly.
is I tend to lean on my elbow or my forearm and I don't realize it, but I think I'm
When you're
like
gaming,
pinching nerves like way up here.
oh yeah, absolutely. I have to be so careful of that when we're gaming. It's crazy because my
Yeah.
fingers go numb.
I need to be more careful of that because that affects the crafting, and then that makes me sad because then I can't play video games or
Or craft.
craft, and it's just very
Oh,
sad.
there we go. That popped. I should take a look at some stretches and stuff. I'm going to
What
gauge
happened?
you swatch. I'm going to gauge you swatch.
Nikki is splitting for sleeves this sprint.
Oh, ooh,
Also
love it.
says it was a fun level yesterday. Yes,
It
I
was
did enjoy
way
that.
better than the water level. I hated the water
Yes,
level so
me and driving in
much.
that game is
And
no.
then we climbed on the conveyor belt for the coal and got shot out into the dump truck.
Yeah, seems like
Ah,
a perfectly logical thing to do to me.
ah, I enjoyed it. All right, here we go.
Shall I start this timer?
Yeah, 4 gauging swatches.
All right, three, two, one.
Holy gusty winds! What you doing?
Sprint 4. Also says my osteopath is so hard. No for leaning on elbow. That kills the wrist and the hands. I know. I know it. It's a matter of I don't realize that I'm doing it until it hurts. At which point it's too late. So I need to get better at not doing it in the first place, and I'm not quite sure how to do that.
Practice and repetition, like everything else.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I catch myself leaning on my elbows all the time, and I have to constantly remind myself to don't do that. Because you will be unhappy in the end. Whoops.
I did knit this rather tight, didn't I? That's just unnecessary. So my plan for this sprint is to get all of my stitches set up and captured. So
Okay.
I'm putting the top of the sweater on needles, and then I'm going to put the bottom of the sweater on waste yarn.
Ah,
Or maybe
okay.
a different set of needles, I haven't decided yet. So that I can make a little cut and then start unraveling the body back up to the needles. So that I can re-knit the body and then reattach the colorwork at the bottom. Just Kitchener it on.
Yeah, that should work.
That is the plan.
I am doing everyone's most favorite activity, swatching.
Fishing. Oh, different
It's
activity.
weird. Just fishing.
The advice I got was to put something on the elbow when I sat down. That would feel really uncomfortable when I lean on it. Ooh. I'm gonna have to think about that. What can I put on my elbow that would be weird to lean on? Used a Lego and it helped towards remembering not to lean. That's smart. Mr. Diana does have a lot of Lego. Like spare little Lego bricks. I could steal something and stick it to my arm. This is very professional advice, thank you. I'm definitely sticking Lego to. I'm definitely gonna find some Lego to not lean on my elbow after this.
It's hard.
Concentration. Here we go. Got it. We're good. We're on a roll. Picking up all the stitches. So many stitches. Oh, Duplo bricks. That would be even better. We definitely don't have any of that. We have regular Lego things. But we have a lot of it. Ooh. I could dig out one of my Tyranid minis. Those are very pointy. I noticed that real quick. Just line up.
Yes, you would.
I could just set up my little army of Tyranids next to my mouse so that I
Yeah.
can't lean.
Yeah. I get the
Maybe I'll
photo.
do that.
I get the photo. Look, I found a use for these. That's exactly what they're meant to be used for. But,
Absolutely. They're for helping you to be ergonomic. That's clearly what they're for.
I have old silk scarf. Oh, and when I'm doing my transcribe work, to keep my shoulders where they're supposed to be, I'll actually wrap the scarf and tie it up in a knot so my shoulders are forced back. And because it doesn't stretch, I'm not allowed to stoop forward. And the moment I put my shoulders back, because of my height, my elbows fall where they're supposed to. But because I can't shrink comfortably to get my elbows to an armchair, to the armrest, I don't rest my legs. I don't I don't do it while we're live because that would look weird. But I do that if I'm going to be at the computer doing a long computer day and I'm worried about my posture. Because I know how truly horrific it would be if I don't have correct posture. I've seen enough of those problems. I never, ever want to suffer from those.
God, yeah. Sherry's suggesting emery boards. That could also work.
Yeah.
Not as stabby as the Tyranids, though.
No. Well,
Tyranids being little miniature toys about this big, and they are very pointy shapes. They're like space bugs, so they're very, very pointy.
They're very pointy. Well, it's the same way as I've got the wrist brace, the sports wrist brace that I wear when I'm using my cane. It's just to prevent my wrist from being at an angle it's not supposed to be at, because it forces your wrist into a correct posture. So you're not slouchy with it. But if I'm not slouchy with it, I don't injure myself. If I'm slouchy, I injure myself.
Ooh, Crafty Chemist says, my finished yarn is outside drying.
Oh,
Nice.
lovely.
That's a finish. More or less. Close enough. I think it's a finish. Concentration. I'm sure this is absolutely riveting to watch. People can't see what I'm doing, they just see in the top of my head as I concentrate.
I'm gauge swatching. It's not like it's more interesting over here. And of course, because this is a 6mm, it's going to be a larger swatch when it's done. Fine, it'll go with the 6mm swatches.
I have to figure out the top-down camera angle.
Ben's done it.
I'm sure it's not difficult, it's just a matter of figuring out with this particular setup what works. It's not like I lack for cameras. Got the fancy one, but there's also the older webcams.
Definitely have enough
set
cameras.
Up somewhere.
This is meant to be. He also owns Tiny Tina's, but his laptop won't play it.
That's disappointing. Honestly, like...
Oh, this gauge swatch might be way too big. I might have to cut down how many stitches I got going on. Which, there.
Okay, come on. Just need you to pick up a few more stitches from this angle. Even like one
It'll
more
be
stitch,
fine.
actually.
Oh man,
That's everything. Haha.
I get gauge on a 6 millimeter. This fingering weight tank top will not take me very long.
No.
They definitely
Hold your
already like
hands
to
up while you
drape.
knit. Yeah, I know. My ergonomics are not the best.
My camera angle sort of cuts me off right about the chest, which
Just
is
like
about
knit
where my
up
knitting
here.
sits.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, that won't cause any problems whatsoever.
My hands won't get tired at all. Nor do I necessarily want to change my camera angle right now.
Now the question is, do I want to put this? Do I want to put the bottom on yarn or needles so that it's ready to Kitchener when I get there?
I mean, my vote's needles
I'm
because
thinking
you
I'm
are going to
leaning
be
needles.
so tight for time. So tight
Is
for time.
that enough space? No. Key. Alright. I just need some needles. Approximately the right size. Not really care what the cord is like for you.
Size isn't super important at the moment because you can always switch out to the right size later.
Yeah, well, like I won't be knitting on these ones. No, that's
Yeah.
almost too short. Do I have any? These are my only
Because it
circulars out
just,
here.
it's
Oh,
gonna
crap.
save you that few couple of minutes.
I need to dig out some needles. One moment.
Okay. Let's slow down a bit. I'm purling now. And knitting. Thanks.
Oh my god. It's not fair how much cooler it is in my closet than the rest of my room. Okay, I have those, but I have no cord, and that's not going to work. It's too big.
Not cool. Fair how much cooler my freezer is than the rest of my apartment, but you know, here we are. Oh my
Don't do that. Don't be
goodness!
like that.
Oh my goodness! I should see if there's a farmer's market downtown next Thursday.
There we go.
Go to that. Wednesday I'll be buying cat food. Someone is out of dry food. Someone definitely got fed too much dry food while at her aunt's house,
Oh dear.
which is a common thing that happens because there are two teenagers and two adults in that house. She's sneaky with the food requested, and teens wouldn't even think about it. They would just give her some dry food
Mm-hmm.
because it makes her happy. Mommy knows
Okay, let's
better.
do
Aunt
this.
knows better. Uncle knows better. Teenagers, totally gullible. That and given when she's asking me for extra food, I know it was a teenager, not parents.
I suppose I could leave the closet door open. Too late. It's over there now.
So that your closet also gets warm like the rest of your office.
And my closet is mercifully, like, notably cooler than the rest of the room.
Do you have an air vent coming in there?
No. It is. It does have the entry to the attic space above the main level, though.
That'll do it.
I'll survive.
Ooh, he's getting gusty. Oh, that's right. You fall asleep over there so I can put my foot on the footrest, too. Oh, sweet cat. You're gonna be the death of me.
I think I managed to even find a pair of needles that are the same size
We're super
as the
close.
ones I'm making the body with.
Mm.
If they're not, they're only off by a size.
Ooh, good. That'll work.
This is so tedious. Ugh. I'm gonna have to think really hard about where I cut the yarn to do this.
Yes.
Because I do not want to unravel the color work at the bottom. Like, it's not that much. It's just like some like trees and moons and stuff. Like, it's not a lot. It's only like 10 rows or something. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, it's closer to 20 rows. I lied. It's closer to 20 rows, but still. But I would
You
rather
know,
not have to redo the bottom of the sweater if I don't have to.
that's fair.
Nancy wants to know what you are gauge swatching for.
The Como top, which is a tank top pattern on Ravelry by Pickles, that I am making as my first project for the summer solstice craft with us that we kicked off on Tuesday. And it occurs to me once I get the gauge swatch and I find the gauge and the needles I need, it's roundy because it's a plain stockinette V-neck tank top done bottom up. So literally roundy because I'm going to do a folded brim hem. You know what I mean? Instead of
Mm-hmm.
stockinette. So, and I figured out their pattern style. I think you get one PDF. The English pattern is at the bottom of the Norwegian pattern,
Ah,
which I was like, maybe they did it that way. They sure did.
okay. That's
So
good,
now
because
I've
I
been
was.
scrolling between the English and the Norwegian trying to figure out what means what. Because of course I have. Can I pronounce any of the words? No, I cannot. I can barely pronounce the English words for the most part. And even then, sometimes I'm wrong. I am certainly not going to try pronouncing Norwegian words. That would go poorly for me. Mr. B was telling me
Contraction.
about the anime he finished the other day. It'd be good. It sounds like it's got some heartwarming moments and it's not like aggressively over the top, but amusingly over the top.
It's not. They
I
cranked
do
the
like
dial
that.
up to 11 and broke it off.
Yeah, which can be a bit much. Although I'd have to finish again, air quotes, watching the show I've currently got playing on Netflix, and then I'll go watch it. The anime I actually have to watch. The Netflix stuff I just listened to.
Also, would love to hear you speak Norwegian.
Oh, I'm sure many people would love to hear me butcher a foreign language. I endeavor to try not to do that because it would be bad. If I was studying it to have it as a language under my belt, then yes, people would hear me say it at some point 'cause I'd be in practice mode. But even the Japanese that I'm learning, I'm more so learning to understand what the words are when I hear them, like when I hear French, than to speak it, because I don't necessarily want to have it as a spoken language. I do want to be able to listen to more anime.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And a lot of the series that I do watch are dubbed only to a certain point, and I can't read subtitles. So it's sort of forcing that behavior so that I can finish some series. I was watching on Netflix again, air quotes, guys. Another Life, which I finished, which was recommended because I watched. Um, I was doing a Google thing and asking Google recommended shows based off the fact that I liked Lost in Space, the reboot.
Okay.
They suggest one of the blogs suggested Another Life on Netflix, and yeah, that wasn't a bad one at all. It was very cute, very sci-fi. Not sure all of what was going on because again I was doing the described audio thing, but the described audio was decent, so at least I understood what facial expressions people were pulling. So rather than the guy walking across the screen making the sneer and me not understanding why we're having this quiet moment, the descriptive audio told me they were sneering. It helps.
Ah.
It helps. So that was a good one. And it was like only 3 seasons, so it didn't take very long to watch.
Sherry says, I like
Big
monster
cats.
anime, vampires, etc. No mech or
Yeah.
romance slash noodle. Also mystery ones.
I like a wide gambit, and I have to be very careful because I will watch the ridiculous, over the top, turned it to 11 and broke the dial anime when I'm in the mood for it. I will also watch seriously heartwarming, intense that makes you stop and think because it's sure it's anime, but it should be up for an award because it's got a lot of depth to it. So like I do the whole 9 yards. I'll watch mecha. I don't have a problem with it. Vampires.
My,
Those are always fun.
my favorite ones are the over the top high school dramas.
I do love a good over the top high school drama. I am a
Love is
fan.
War
I also
is it's pretty peak.
beautiful. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Not
Pretty
a lot
sure
of it.
Mr. B
Like
thinks we're nuts.
you can't binge it because that's just too
Oh,
much.
I did. Oh, I certainly did. But I was there for the narrator.
The narrator was amazing.
So good. But it's like TV. Gotta be in the right mood. It's like books. You gotta be in the right mood.
Yeah.
I finished reading the series by J.R. Ward called The Billionaire Divers Club. That's a romance BDSM thing. I
Okay.
ranked them 2 stars out of 5. Fine to listen to, but I'll never go back.
Sherry says, "Lol, the nosebleeds."
Oh yeah, nosebleeds. My favorite stare. She's actually from a specific romantic anime. No, Mr. B informed me that he finished Fruits Basket.
Oh, good. What did he think?
He was okay with it. He didn't mind it. I told him what it was when he was going into it, so. Because I like slice of life romance anime. Like I like a whole bunch of weird stuff. But you'll do ones where you look at things and you're like, that's going to be so cheesy over the top. And nope, it deals with some serious stuff. And you're like, hold on, with the what now?
Sorry,
Like,
I signed up for this for the laughs. I wasn't expecting the tears. What?
there's some serious stuff, and they're not just glossing over it. They're forcing the characters to go through it.
I did not sign up for
Nice,
feelings.
nice. I think what it was like. I don't remember what it's called. Anyway, he gets uh yanked in, reincarnated into a fantasy world. But instead of being the super tropey fantasy world where like he's the hero and he's the one like
Yeah.
he thinks it's gonna be, though he references video games a lot. Makes sense. Every time he dies in that world, he respawns at the save point, but nobody remembers past that save point. So like he has to deal with the emotions and feelings and the connections he's created with the other characters up to the point where he died that they don't have anymore because they don't have those memories, they don't have those connections. So he's constantly re-meeting people, rebuilding relationships, rebuilding romances, rebuilding friendships, and trying to figure out what's going on at the same time. He dies a
Ooh.
lot. It gets pretty dark because he just at some point you can't deal with it anymore.
Yeah, that'd be horrible to lose
Yeah,
all of that all the time.
yeah, yeah. He has to find a way through it, and it's just so you sign in for ridiculous funny, but no, you're dealing with some stuff there towards the whole thing. Did I watch the whole thing? I absolutely watched. I was committed. I needed to know if he made it. Oh,
Sherry
hard
says,
shoot.
hard pass, no crying, I already leak out of my face too much.
I didn't cry all that much, but I'm not known for it. There's very has to be very specific things that'll make me bawl. I watched Queer Eye for the State Guy. I'm crying the whole way through. It's too heartwarming. It's too heartwarming. I get invested. There are tears. Most of everything else I watched, no, no, it's not. It's not really my go-to thing. Don't ask me what it is about those 5K men, but the people that are picked that they help are just you just want to squish them and eat them to death. They're so freaking cute.
Ding. I have like 3
Okay,
more stitches to pick up.
I'm gonna finish purling this row. About a third of a way through a gauge swatch. I may honestly continue on with the gauge swatch.
Come on. Come
Or I
on,
may
those little
even
stitches.
gasp cheat, measure this, and see what it's like right now.
Oh, okay. I've done the easy part, wherein I've got all my stitches on needles.
Okay.
So now I need to figure out where, just below the blue needles,
Cut.
that I have to cut so I can unravel, but it won't unravel the bottom.
I am the wrong human to ask. Thankfully, you can crowdsource that information.
Yeah. If anybody's got resources or tips and tricks for doing surgery on your knitting,
Amazing.
I would love resources for doing surgery on your knitting. I think the next step for this project is do a YouTube dive and watch other people do it right.
Fair, fair.
I think that's the next
I
step.
was
That's gonna get put aside right now.
don't even remember who it was I was watching this morning. I was watching a person talking about summer crochet projects, and you had your usuals, coasters. I seriously need to make some coasters.
Oh,
But she also described how she liked to use her granny squares to make slip covers for her reusable shopping bags. So she could test out a new pattern in a granny square swatch, and then just sew them into a cover for her reusable bags so they didn't look so weird.
huh.
And my brain went, freaking genius idea. I also need to make a couple
I
more
have
market
pie.
bags. That's what I need to do
I'm so excited.
for myself.
Okay. Well, I have now worked on almost everything. I suppose I
Okay.
should work on my summer secret crop for the last. Is this going to be the last sprint? I feel like
I don't know.
my hand says this should be the last sprint.
Your hand says this should be the last sprint, then this will be the last sprint.
If you've captured all your stitches, then they won't unravel in the color work. Give yourself 3 rounds in case you cut over more than 1 round. Smart. See, pro tips like that. If I'm very clever, it will make good content if I can figure out how to film it properly.
Listen, we're still waiting for your sweater try on.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Stop adding content. You need to make the content you've already said you want to make.
But it's hot and I don't want to put on sweaters.
Oh, I can see the stitches. This is really good.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I think one more sprint for the summer secret.
Okay.
Clatterbang. Now, where did I leave off on that? Was I doing more ribbing?
Beautiful. 6 millimeters was the right call.
I want 1 inch.
6 millimeters was the right call. Oh, yes.
I wanted it to be about this long. Which means at least one more round.
Am I going to cheat, not finish this watch? Yes, yes, I am, because I want to cast on. Should I wash it? Should I block it? Absolutely. Am I going to? No.
You definitely should, to make sure you actually are getting the right gauge.
Nope. Mostly
Also,
because I know
sweaters are better content in October.
they are.
I can save the sweaters for later.
I'm also not making it with any ease for the chest. So I left to my own natural inclinations. I will wash and lay flat gently and not block. So I only block if I make a mental note that I have to block, and I don't have to block with this, so I'm not going to.
Strawberry pie. I'm so happy.
All right, now.
Ooh, snap bang.
Here.
Alright. Are we just about ready for our last sprint?
Yes, I'm casting on. This is as crazy as I live.
Crazy pants.
It's roundy, roundy. Oh, roundy, roundy knitting. Oh, roundy, roundy knitting.
Alright,
and if all I have to do is not block this more than washing it and laying it flat to dry, and make it at a 48 instead of a 52, which is what I always do, I'm fine.
Alright, I'm gonna start the timer.
Yeah.
Timer.
Go for it.
And then I will have worked on absolutely everything that is a current project. Which means I have, well, I guess I only have 4 things I can talk about on the episode.
Yes.
Since one of them was secret.
It's true.
You'll find out about that one on the next one.
Oh, that works, because I need 240 stitches to have 48. And their largest size is 248 stitches. So I can just cast on their largest size. Or do I go down to 232? Contemplate for a second. Point 0.8 of an inch. Why would you work 0.8 of an inch?
Isn't that like... Well, I guess that would be a few rows.
Yeah, it's a
Maybe
couple of
what they
rows.
actually want is like 1.5 centimeters.
Yes. So that makes more sense to me. So I want you to cast on, work in stockinette for 0.8 of an inch, curl around to get that little bump to fold your fabric edge. Anybody who's done a folded edge knows this. And then obviously knit in the round again, the equal distance, and then go to your body. No, 232 is going to make it too snug. 248 is the right way to go. Because I have so much negative ease over the chest, even if it's a little bit bigger than that after blocking, I'll still be at a comfortable drape size without being baggy. Because 48 is still 4, almost 5 inches smaller, 4 or 5 inches negative ease around the chest. So I'm fine doing
Sorry, I was only
248.
half listening. I mucked up my ribbing and I had to fix it. I was only half listening. I'm
248.
sorry.
That's okay. I'm casting. I was estimating in my brain, even if I grow a whole inch in blocking, which I'm not going to do if I'm not blocking and I'm just placing, I'll grow like maybe half an inch, like half a stitch. I have 4 inches of negative ease around my chest. I can afford those extra 8 stitches in the cast on, and even with a light blocking stretch, I'm still gonna have negative inches around the chest. The
Okay.
only thing that happens is I'll have a bit more drape everywhere else instead of being fitted everywhere else. Which is fine. I'll still very clearly have boobs, but everything else will be so aggressively larger that it'll be a problem for me. Yeah, that's what we're doing. And I'm stretching. Oh, that stretch feels really good. I have definitely not been stretching properly. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Time for some cast on.
Why do I want to have a nap so bad right now? Doesn't make
I
any
don't know,
sense.
but I can't recommend it.
I
Yeah,
reject this reality. I'm so excited to get into the yellow. I'm so excited people picked yellow for me to work on. I'm just, I wouldn't have picked it. And I'm so happy I get to use it.
Ooh, cast on, stick with it.
between my bandeau and my crochet crop top and this thing, I'm gonna have like things I can actually wear in the summer. I'm gonna have like a handmade summer wardrobe and the lacy petals cover.
That's my
I'm gonna have
goal.
an actual summer wardrobe. What is this? I don't understand.
Oh, I'm hoping to get started on those PJ Charlie because my God, I want to make those PJs. But I also want the tank top, and I also want the cardigan.
I ordered myself some pajama pants yesterday.
Yeah.
They're purple with
Okay.
cross stitch print, but the design is unicorns.
Of course it is.
Yeah. And you'll be so proud of me. I resisted getting the onesie out of that fabric and I just got the
Oh
pajama pants
my gosh.
because I decided I did not need to be a child. Also, I want to wear them, before December.
Yes. One day you melt it.
Yeah. I also already have onesies. I really didn't need another onesie, but I do need more pajama pants because all the pajama pants I have are dying all at once.
Sure, there. That makes sense.
So, new pajama pants. So, I should get those next week.
I
I
think
also
it's
got
mostly
ones
that
with
I'm.
moon phases.
I would. Uh, I want to see what crocheting pants is like because I've never done it before. And you know me in a good experiment.
I rediscovered in my closet the other day that bag of crochet squares.
Yeah, I'm gonna make granny square shorts.
I might, if I've got enough in the same color palette, I might honestly sew them together into like shorts or something because I think that would
on
be hilarious. Because
on
I have
Ravelry, guys, we saw a pattern for crocheted granny square shorts.
there is a non-zero part of my brain that really wants to take that sunflower square that I have and make it a
Non-zero
butt
part.
patch. And by a non-zero part, I mean there is a large part of my brain that wants my sunflower square to go on the butt of some shorts.
How comfortable would you be sitting on a sunflower?
Not at all, but
Okay,
it would be funny.
okay.
It would be very uncomfortable, but it would be so funny.
I just kind of really like the idea, like if the crochet capris work out and they're not like really hot or anything, just make a bunch of crocheted capris for pajama pants. My pajama pants don't leave my apartment. That'd be a great way
Yeah.
to make some, and I could just make them out of acrylic for warmer ones in the winter and make them out of cotton for cooler ones in the summer.
Ross is trying to be
Also means
practical and suggest the sunflower on the hip.
yes, I mean so would I, so you'd actually wear the shorts.
But, but it would be funny.
I understand the temptation.
Be more practical on the side, but it would be funnier.
So long as you understand that you will be sitting with a slightly lopsided posterior if you don't have another 3D granny square to go on the other butt cheek.
Sherry thinks I should put it in the front.
Oh dear.
Uh, I mean, I feel like it would be more uncomfortable to put that like right in the middle on the front than to have it on one butt cheek.
Yeah, I'd rather go hip or butt cheek. Not that I would ever use a 3D crochet square for granny shorts, but to each their own. I did save on Pinterest a couple of crochet dress patterns where you wear a slip underneath, but it's a crochet dress over top. They're so pretty.
I want to make a crochet dress. I have a YouTube tutorial from the same person that I followed the crochet top that I made the other
Ooh, I
week.
should take a look.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to follow her dress tutorial as well. Because I think that would be really fun. I could put the sunflower closer to the lower back than on the butt cheek. I mean, I could. This is all dependent on whether I have enough squares in that particular color palette. Because I was using up scrap yarn for all those squares. So some of them are this like brown and black yarn with yellow accents. But there's a limit to how many squares I did with that color palette. And then the rest is like teal and purple and like other random colors that absolutely don't go together. So this is going to come down to how many squares I have. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That seems like enough rows. Yeah. Alright, what's the next instruction?
I'm doing more counting.
After completing the ribbing, knit 1 round. Now, further question. Since I decided to do fairly thick stripes of 6 rounds, should I carry the yarn up or should I cut it and weave in the ends each time? I could crochet a top and put a sunflower on the boob. That I will make a whole other top just so I can put a sunflower on the boob.
Yes.
Yes.
Because you have enough yarn, you're not hurting for yardage for this one. I would almost say cut and weave in your ends.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards because carrying it up 6 rows is a bit much. Like I did it on the swatch and not that side. I did it on the swatch and it's like it's a little messy. All right.
Just in my
That's
brain,
what we're doing.
It's it's a sneeze bit more work. A sneeze bit worth of more work. For a cleaner look, it's worth it.
Yeah, I think so. All right. That's what we're doing.
All right, first 100 stitches on.
Snip. Snip, I said. There we go. Why don't I have this
if I'm casted on, I have a roundy thing, you guys. I'll have 2 shortly because I should finish that toe too. 2 roundy things. Oh, I'm gonna have so many
also
options.
agrees with you that I should cut it each round. Okay, that's what's happening then.
It's just, I mean, carrying up 6 is doable, but oof.
Yeah, it's undesirable.
It's fiddly. It's way easier.
Okay, I don't need the larger needles yet. I get to
You're
knit a
not.
round plain. Where's my end? Where's
You're
my
not
end?
hurting, and you can weave it as you go.
Yes, I am absolutely doing that.
Then you really don't have to worry.
Clatter, clatter. This doesn't seem like it's gonna fit, but I know it's gonna be really stretchy. But it doesn't seem like it's. I'm trusting. There's trust.
Listen, when you don't trust, we end up back at square one.
I know, so I'm gonna trust.
That skeptical brain of yours does not always help you.
I'm executing trust.
Okay. Don't know whatever it did to you, but if you feel the need to call the executioner, I'm not going to tell you no.
Not quite what I meant, but sure.
Hey, do you want to help me figure out how to make witches out of chicken wire?
Uh, maybe. I kind of want to make.
I,
I want to make some ghosty shapes out of chicken wire because if this is the thing that I'm thinking of, where you light them and they look ghosty.
yes.
Yeah. So yes, I do want to do this
Okay.
because this is also a
Uh,
thing I want to do. I also want to get a fog machine to help with this effect.
obviously, a fog machine is super necessary. Oh my god, you need a fog machine. Um, because on the top of my freezer, I'm going to put. My mom gave me a electronic real air quote flame maker, and it looks like a little real campfire. So I want to set it into a low paper mache bowl on the outside of the machine, so it looks like a cauldron, like
Okay. Yeah.
flames underneath the cauldron, paper mache fire, make it a whole little thing. Then I want witches around, and since it's all electronic, I can light up the witches, and I have a little. I've got three witches in a cauldron, a campfire on my freezer for Halloween.
That sounds fun.
And my deep freeze, guys, is not something I eat out of in October. It's by October, I go on a vegetable buying spree August, September, and October. So the only stuff that should be going like happening with it is stuff going in it. Stuff going in it. So that I can pull meat and frozen veggies out of it all winter long.
But around Halloween, it's not getting opened a whole lot.
Not in October, not so much. No, not unless I like put like if I happen to run across a turkey real cheap early on, I will pick up a turkey. And in which case, I'll just put everybody down because they'll be fairly large pieces. I'll just take everybody off, put the thing in the freezer, close the freezer lid, put everybody back on.
Yeah.
Really, three witches and one campfire with a cauldron, like
Not a big
that's
deal.
three things. That's not a big deal. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna leave my skeleton in the rocking chair. But he seriously needs an ugly Christmas sweater for Christmas.
I was
So I
just
don't know
gonna
what I'm gonna
say
do about that.
he absolutely needs a sweater.
So I got a lot of stuff to do because I want to have to do to switch from Halloween to Christmas is move a couple of key pieces. So take the cauldron off, put the witches away, and then have like wired deer or something, right? Like change up the display on the freezer, and then put up a
I
Christmas tree and put Halloween decorations in the Christmas tree.
I had a dream last week.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Um,
That I
there were
never
giant
bothered to take
spiders. It was
Halloween ever
terrifying.
down.
But these spiders were large enough that their back ends were like Christmas ball sized, and for whatever reason, my dream brain decided that they needed like cup cozies, like Christmas patterned cup cozies over the abdomen end of a spider.
Sure.
And so it was a
Thought
weird
Sherry
dream.
had weird dreams.
Yeah, occasionally I dream up knitting projects, but now I want to find like a big spider decoration for Halloween, but knit like a Christmas ball
Up
cover
cozy.
for the butt end of the
Of the
spider.
spider. Yep.
Yeah. I literally dreamed it up. I don't remember what else was going on in this dream. I think I was getting chased by the spiders. I think they were supposed to be scary, but I was so distracted in the moment with, oh, that's such a cute idea, that I kind of forgot to be afraid of the spiders.
Yep. Ladies and gents, it's Diana.
Yeah, that was me. This is my contribution to the Halloween decorating Christmas idea.
Well, the primary thought was if I buy chicken wire and buy a fine mesh wire, I can make small modular Christmas decorations. So I can make small little spiders and mesh pumpkins and stuff. And they could just be enveloped in the Christmas lights on the tree in spots. And then you buy some of those small little plastic skeletons from Walmart and you put them in the tree And you can
Yeah.
give them little hats and scarves and stuff randomly, right?
It's gonna be cute.
I know for sure my tree topper has to be a crocheted scarecrow so that he can sit right behind the last, because I have a fake tree, the last little standy bit on the tree, and then his arms can sit over top of it with a sign that says Halloween Town, like the skeleton from Nightmare Before Christmas, or the scarecrow from the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
With a pumpkin head that does stuff. It's actually Jack, but you know what I mean. Basically, I wanted an excuse to have Halloween for 4 months, and I finally figured out how to do it. So
I
it's
mean,
a
who needs an
happening.
excuse? You just do it.
I also need to start buying that Halloween Town stuff from Michael's. Oh, I love those stupid light up Halloween houses. I want them.
You just
I want them.
add the fake snow after Halloween.
Yeah.
And yes, also I do remember that hat that I took 3 months to make because I kept mucking with the pattern, and
Oh yeah, she
I'm
does.
not
She does
gonna.
it with
I
mittens,
learned.
hats,
I learned. I'm not gonna do it.
occasional other project.
I know. I know. We have 2 minutes of sprint left. Oh, that's why that's not sliding nicely. I'm gonna have to attach this cord better. Or actually, if I'm smart about this, I have other short cords. I'm gonna be smart about this. Since I have to switch to larger needles on the next round anyway, I will just put the larger needles that I need to switch to on the short cord.
Well, if I
And
haven't
then
thanked Susanna enough for all these stick markers. Oh my god, they're proving handy. I have 150
did not
stitches
learn from that.
cast
Okay,
on.
maybe I didn't learn from the hat super
No.
well, but I do think of the hat every time I modify something and it doesn't work out. I think about the lesson that I maybe haven't totally learned, but it does occur to me
She
that
understands
I
it's
shouldn't.
wrong. She still does it.
Yeah, I gotta find all the other ways to do it wrong.
Oh, just
Okay,
imagine how much progress I could make on this tonight at D&D if I get it cast on. Or D&D
Add
tonight.
a little bit of fibercraft to my outfit.
sorry. I gestured on my headphone and started a YouTube video in the background accidentally. In case anybody's wondering what that was.
Diana starting up stuff.
Yep. I was watching Engineering Knits do Victorian patterns.
Oh, aren't they cool?
Yes. Ding. Suzanne
Okay.
says anything to make life easier.
Oh, yes. I've been turning around going, oh, I need more stitch markers for this project, or I need more stitch markers for this project, or I need different stitch markers. And there's always an answer in the stitch marker bag. It's amazing.
Just need a cord. Here is a cord.
The bright side, we did a lot of sprints today. We got some stuff done,
Yeah.
which is good.
Progress has been made. More so on some things than some others.
That's fine. I definitely need to, I think I'm going to do instant yeast with my bread. So I really want bread. And make bannock anyway.
Yeah, that'll work. Because
Did I
this
start?
is...
What time is it?
I think it's that much bigger. Time? It is 4:22 for me, so 3:22 for you?
Oh, I got time to make bread and bannock and brownies, plus my dinner before D&D tonight.
If you say so.
Yeah. Start the bread, make bannock while the bannock's doing its first cook through. Make brownies, lower temperature in oven to finish bannock and brownies. By the time that's done, we're sitting about an hour. Bread's risen. Punch down bread. Bring oven to let it rise for like 15 minutes. Bring the oven temperature up to where it needs to be for the bread first section. I should be done cooking bread and stuff by 5:30 latest, depending on rise times, which is more than enough time to make dinner.
I think Mr. Dan is making me steak for dinner.
Nice. Steak really isn't that hard to make for dinner.
Nope. Gotta invent some kind of vegetable to go with it. $8 salad.
I don't know potatoes with my dinner. I was thinking maybe rice because we were talking about rice, but here's sausage,
I would normally do some
potatoes, and
potato,
coleslaw.
but I discovered yesterday that our potatoes were growing quite happily, like roots. Yeah, like the whole
Had your
bag.
potatoes.
They're like digesting the paper bag that they were in. So
Why did
those
you
went out.
have those?
Too long, apparently.
5 pound.
And they're in the
5
coolest,
pound
darkest
bag
part of
of
the kitchen.
potatoes?
There's just not that much space where they can go.
Oh yeah. A 5 pound bag of potatoes doesn't make it a month in this apartment.
Hey, this is the 5th WIP Sprint stream we've done, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I am halfway to being done that one square on my bingo card.
Sweet. I know the buzzard ding guys I'm still casting it.
Ooh. My hand says stop for a while.
That's right. Yeah, you need
Stop, do
to
some stretches, maybe go for a walk.
exercise your hand. Stretch it out, massage it. I have some bacon.
This says 7 rows until my heel flap.
Ooh,
Susanna's
nice.
heading home now.
Ooh,
Susanna finished
excellent.
her whole list. That's nice.
Good.
She also says happy weekend.
Happy weekend.
This is not related to anything, but I start swing dance lessons on Wednesday. I'm excited.
Really good.
I'm gonna learn West Coast swing.
Ooh, that's a fun one. We're recording tomorrow at some point.
Yeah. What time do you want to record tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't know. I have to talk to my niece, but that won't be till early evening.
I don't have anything going on tomorrow, right? Nope, just podcast.
Okay.
If I'd thought about it a little better, I could have planned to go to Toronto Pride tomorrow, but I did not plan for that, so that's not happening.
Well, you had enough time to plan.
I did, and I super didn't think about it until like yesterday, so that's way too late, so...
There's Filipino Street Festival this weekend. The Japanese Cultural Center was doing a thing today. There was like one other thing going on today in the city.
Nikki's divided yarn so I can keep the color blocking the same on the body and sleeves. Nice. I guess we should wrap this up, hey?
Yep.
3.5 hours? Yeah, I think we're good.
We're good. Guys,
I
there's no
think
official outro because it's not a.
No, there's n- it's
we
not
don't
an
need one.
episode.
It's not an
It's
episode.
weird.
Diana can just wrap it up. She's got the power.
I have the
Bye,
power.
guys.
Okay. I will see you on Wednesday.